But are we ready for the fun?
What fun? Wait, what do you think fun is? Are you talking about Budapest again? Because I've told you that wasn't fun.
Budapest was the greatest time ever. I don't know what
No, it wasn't. We have a totally different definition of fun. And how did I become Hawkeye in this?
I don't know, but let's get this going.
Distance nerding.
That's Galacorky. Look at that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It's time. It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Taco Tuesday. You know what that means. You are now watching and listening and experiencing all of the glory and the beauty that is the Distance Nerding Podcast. Part of the Comic-Con Radio Podcast family. She's Ravona Freyslayer.
He's Forza Boris Force.
And he's young Zaniac Phil. And we're here.
We're here.
Nerds
together.
Yes,
nailed it for the 150th time.
I tried it. I at least attempted it this time.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It was terrible. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking anything pop culture news, movies, music, food, wrestling, comics, whatever you're nerding out on. We want to talk about it.
Absolutely. And you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, YouTube, and Discord, all at Distance Nerding. And hell, you could even email us at dist and snerding at AOL.com.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Now, guys, we did the intro here and everything like that, but I've got something new and pretty for you because, guys, you are watching The Down. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We are here on the download, getting ready to have some fun. How are we this week, guys? Actually, Frey, how have you been? You've been off the show for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, you guys can hear me, right? I turned the sound on. Sometimes it does. Okay, all right. If you can't hear me, chime in the comments. I don't know why I said that. I've never said chime in the comments before. That was fun.
Let everybody know.
Hear her. It's been weird. I've had a couple of like weird weeks of just like not being available. So I had back issues, I think, for the last show, but that was about it. You know, it's hard carrying all this fame on my back. So
right. The entire team on your back.
I know.
Wars, how's it been, man? How have you been, brother?
Oh my goodness, dude. I wish I could say you know what's up and James knows what's up, but I can't speak it out into the internet yet because it's just not time. But that time will come. Aside from that particular endeavor, it's going so good.
Good. Happy with that. We're always happy to hear that good things are happening and whatnot, man. So before we jump into everything, of course, guys, let's get right into the show here. This week on deck, we've got the Geek End update.
Oh, I was like, am I supposed to do this one? Oh God.
Okay. I think anybody just haphazardly jumps in on it like this. We're sack geeking out.
Oh yeah. Lights, camera, reaction.
Squids, herons, apes. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. Starting rumors.
The entire MCU multiverse is in starting rumors.
You're not wrong, because
No.
we got some rumors tonight.
Yeah.
Of course, the download.
I refuse to say that one.
Are we getting more moons over my Endor?
Moons over my hammy joke. Okay. Thank you so much, James, for writing the script but deciding not to be on the show tonight. All right. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we're book ending the show with two episodes of the breakdown.
We are burdened with a glorious purpose to break down 2 episodes of Loki.
So stay tuned, you mewling quims.
I like it. All right. But before we get into any of that, ladies and gentlemen, but first, let me get a shout out.
I'm just flailing. That's okay.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this channel, everything that we do here is brought to you by Poddex. Yes, Poddex is a unique brand of interview questions and starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, level up with poddex.com. Guys, head over to Poddex, put in the code, there we go, nerding10 to get 10% off your order. On all the fun stuff right there, guys. It's the decks. There's all kinds of merch, fun stuff. Poddex is a great thing if you're not a podcaster or anybody who's on radio like we are or anything like that. Then you can use it and bring it to like a party, and you could be the life of your party, right?
Yes.
Yes, and close-up magic.
Close-up magic. If you do it the way. God, if you do it the way that Graveyard does it. James already saying 5 minutes in. How many trailers have you gotten through? Let's go.
You know what, James? You're not here. So I need you to pipe down a little.
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk. You're not on the show.
Hey, you know what? Let's all of us go with. You know what gets all of us going?
Oh, absolutely. Get it.
It's probably Dubby.
Dubby!
Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. There's no maltodextrin, sugar, fillers, artificial colors, or dyes, and it's keto friendly. Dubby contains Neurofactor, a nootropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. You can find out more at dubby.gg. And don't forget, you have to utilize the code NERDING10 for 10% off at your checkout. That's a whole 10%, people. You gotta get on it. I'm so hopped up on Dubby, it's not even funny. Good night, young people. Good night, Master.
Good night, everybody. All right. Very good.
Bye. Thanks for coming.
Bye, Roshi. So what flavor are we flavors are we wanting young Phil to drink tonight?
Lemon, lime, and the fruit punchy thing.
Okay, so that's one. What do we want to mix it with?
Oh, is that one? Oh, I thought they were separate. Okay.
No,
Lemon, lime,
flavor.
fruit punch.
Hold on. The energy tears.
Yes, big energy tears.
And not the blue raspberry.
That is the blue raspberry.
And I remember that because I love drinking the tears of my enemies. So.
As any Amazonian should.
And I bathe in their blood.
Down in the chat, let's create 08 says, wow, that was awesome. He says, Master Roshi is awesome. I don't do it for them. I do it for you. Not them. You. Now get that reference.
Oh, God. All right.
Look, Sewong, I watched enough sports last night. The Spurs got their little rear end spanked pretty darn hard.
Sport.
So.
It's time for nerding.
Oh, yeah.
I am, you know what? I'm a Renaissance nerd. Thank you. I can fandom with the best of them. in just about any kind of setting. So,
all right, well, let's get into this right here because, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Geek Update.
you know, I feel like that's a little stale. We need something new there.
It's okay because the graphics department is working on stuff. They're slowly trickling things in.
Mhm.
So at least they gave us a new headline. You know, they have to give us the rest of the stuff now.
Well, ladies
That's
and gentlemen, Distance Learning is on Comic-Con Radio. You can listen to Distance Learning and our second show, A Comic Conversation, via comicconradio.com. You look for Distance Learning Podcast, even this episode, and A Comic Conversation each week on comiccon-radio.com/podcast. And someone put that in the chat.
Chat it up, people. Chat it up.
Chat
you
it
know
up,
what I'm
people.
excited about? I'm excited about LA Comic-Con. It's December 1st through 3rd. And y'all, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be so amazing. And I need every single person to go because I cannot make it this year. And I need all the stories. I need every story. Everyone must go. If you can hear the sound of my voice, I need you to go to LA Comic-Con. Let me tell you who's going to be there. You like Star Wars? Ahsoka? I don't know why Matt Smith is in that because he wasn't in Ahsoka. That was David Tennant.
Uh-oh.
Matt Smith was Doctor Who and David Tennant, but Matt Smith wasn't in that. He was in House of the Dragon. So we're going to table that. We've got Natasha Louis Bordizzo. We got Ivana Sakno. We got Aman Esfandi. We got Diana Lee Insanto. I know at least one of them knew Bruce Lee. You don't know who that is? Go to LA Comic-Con to find out.
So
all right.
Not just that. She didn't just know Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was her godfather.
Yes, I know, because her dad and him were like BFF, and he was on a stunt team and everything.
Right.
But I'm trying to make it mysterious. Now you said it's a woman. Okay. So that's three people that I mentioned. Matt Smith does not count, y'all. All right. Lord of the Rings. You guys like some Lord of the Rings? We got some Lord of the Rings action at LA Comic-Con. You got your Elijah Wood. You got your Sean Astin. You got your Dominic Moynihan. And you got your Billy Boyd. It's Astin. One Piece. It's Emily Rudd. I don't know anything about One Piece, but it sounds fantastic. Go see Emily Rudd. Harry Potter. We're talking Harry Potter. We ain't talking J.K. Rowling. We're talking Bonnie Wright. That's right. She's a Weasley. Bonnie Wright is a Weasley. James and Oliver Phelps, more Weasleys. You like gingers? Go see them. They're fantastic. All right. The Office, people. We got Rainn Wilson. He's also been in a lot of other things. He is a good talent. I feel like he's just unsung. And then we've got Paul Lieberstein. Paul Lieberstein, y'all. I'm not sure who that is. You need to go to find out for me. Napoleon Dynamite.
The Napoleon Dynamite himself is going to be there. John Heater.
John Heater and Efren Ramirez. They're going to be there. If you guys want to skip that, like maybe get some lunch, you can. I've never seen Napoleon Dynamite, so I don't want to pressure you into go seeing that and like seeing them. I hear it's really good, but it's a little too close to home for me. So I'm just not going to say anything about that. SpongeBob. Tom Kenny, people. Tom Kenny. He was also on a little show called The State before he got SpongeBob.
He was on a lot of shows.
He has been on.
Tom Kenny is a very prolific voice actor.
Yes, he is. But he was he actually was on The State. Like it was a live action show.
Right.
So he was one of that. And then Roger Bumpass.
Roger Bumpus, who is don't know what's going on right now.
Okay. All right. So he's going to be there too.
Power
Rangers. First of all, rest in peace, Green / White Ranger. And then Amy Jo Johnson and David Yost. Amy Jo Johnson, that's a get, because she is not a fan of her Pink Ranger time.
Shows up to
So,
everything, though. So
yeah. And as she went from Pink Ranger to Felicity, y'all. So if you're not a Pink Ranger fan, go for Felicity. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Star Wars Mandalorian. We got Brendan Wayne. You know who Brendan Wayne is? He is the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Pedro does the voice. Brendan does the
body.
swagger.
Right.
All right. And Lateef Crowder.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan of Brendan's. Lateef's the other guy.
Right. Basically, you
They're
have
both like
that are in the Mandalorian suit. So
yeah. All you gotta do is play a video of Pedro while looking at them. You got the Mandalorian right there. The trifecta.
Lateef does all the stunts. Brendan does all the
body work. He does
work.
the body work. He's the body man.
He works.
We love him for it. We love it.
He's also
we love it.
He's also John Wayne's grandson. So
that's great. You know who else he could be? He could be in a freaking Batman movie. He's already got the initials. B with BW.
Yeah.
All right. Dragon Ball Z. Sean Schemmel.
Sean Schemmel. He's the current Goku.
All right. Current Goku. You guys want to Goku to see him.
Wow.
Oh, God. I'm loving all of this. This is so good.
That's why you need to go to LA Comic-Con. But you know what else? That's not even it. You like the glitzy stars. You want to see all the sunglasses and get blinded and all that. That's great. That's great. But you know who the real workers are at the Comic-Cons? Besides the staff and the volunteers. You guys are amazing. Always be nice to your volunteers. Always be nice to staff. They are not paid well enough. Some of them not paid at all. They do it for free. We love them. But you got to go to the booths.
Oh, yeah.
The best part of Comic-Cons to me are the booths, to see who came out, to see what they're selling. You may never see a shirt like that again. I know we have the internet. That doesn't mean anything. Comic books, you may get a comic book that you forgot you needed, and it's there. That's all I'm saying. So LA Comic-Con, 1st through the 3rd, Distance Nerding is going to be there. I know that the man at the bottom of the screen will be there, and
Absolutely.
There may be a Deadpool appearance or a Unipool appearance.
There possibly may be a random Deadpool walking around in a unicorn costume. There may also be some interviews that get done because we are going to be there with Comic-Con Radio. So we'll see how all that works out. Maybe we'll get to hang out with Galaxy for a little bit. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk some local stuff here in Sacramento because Sac Geeks is getting ready to have their Christmas party at Jack Rabbit Brewing.
Yay!
Now, if you guys haven't been to a event that we've put on at Jack Rabbit Brewing, and it's been a while, we did some at the beginning of the pandemic, and we haven't really done anything since then. But Jack Rabbit Brewing Jack Rabbit Brewery is a great place. They usually have taco trucks that hang out outside. Have amazing beers. Really great place. The holiday party is December 9th from 12 to 4 p.m. at Jack Rabbit Brewery in West Sac. There's going to be some donating, some prizing, some triviaing, some raffling, some gifting, some drinking, some eating, and some mooring. Yeah.
So, like, are there boats? Are you going to moor a boat?
I don't know. James wrote this, but on top of that, James is also a board member for Sac Geeks. So.
Oh, okay. So, we'll give that one a pass.
Yeah. No, Sac Geeks is awesome. Sac Geeks is awesome. Don't get me wrong. Sac Geeks is awesome. So we talked with Bex a while back. In the filmmaker. She's also the head of the board for Sac Geeks, and
that's awesome.
Sac Geeks is they promote geeky positivity in the Sacramento area. So it's a really great organization. They have all kinds of different events that they put on. We've even done virtual events for Sac Geeks before, so it's actually pretty cool.
Great, that's awesome.
Yeah, fun times. So, guys, let's get into the content because it looks like James already left. But it is now time to get into some lights, camera, reaction.
I'm pretty excited
Quiet
about
on the
these.
set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
You will not tell me what to do.
Let's introduce our first trailer here, guys. I'm actually really excited for this. So Netflix has created their own Squid game, and it's coming out later on this month, entitled Squid Game: The Challenge. Obviously, it is Squid Game without people dying, but you know, which as it should be, because that just would be.
Wait a minute. Is this like a reality TV show that they've
Yes.
done this with?
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no.
So
Oh,
think the challenge, like MTV, the challenge, but it's Squid Game style, and the whole thing is everything in the game is the same as it was in the show, minus the death.
I give that 7 more years. They'll have it somewhere in the world in 7 more years. It'll become a thing.
Oh, God, that'd be
Yeah.
What's scary is you're not wrong, and it's probably going to happen. So, and you know where it's going to happen, it's going to happen in Florida. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
let's check out this trailer here.
Enough jib jabbing. Let's go.
The bridge segment in the show, like
They straight dropped that dude.
it just dropped him. You see that? Like, oh my God. I mean, he's probably dropping to like some safety net or something like that. But I mean, still,
Yeah.
Wool or something.
it's really cool because the way that they're doing the games, it looks exactly the way it does in the show, minus people being shot and decapitated and killed and shit. But I mean,
Yeah.
it looks good.
Well, shouldn't it look good? It is Netflix.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like they made it look good. Like it doesn't look like just cheap and chintzy. Like it actually looks like the show.
I think I would have preferred if it was cheap and chintzy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, James, welcome back.
Yeah, James.
Hey, yeah.
So that's coming to Netflix on November 22nd. So it's coming. I mean, it's less than like 2 weeks away.
Yep. I can't believe it's almost Thanksgiving.
I know. What
Crazy.
So what are your ratings on this guy? What is the likelihood that you guys are going to watch this show? We'll start with you, Frey, since you've never seen Squid Game. So
I'm gonna give it 5 squids out of 10 games.
5 squids out of 10 games. Okay.
Yep.
What about you, Fours? How are you feeling about this?
It's going to get a astounding 0
Okay.
out of 10 squids.
I thought I was being harsh with the 5.
Yeah.
And then Forrest finds a way to
to bring all the negativity possible to this. No, it's a straight 0. There's not a single. I'll never watch Squid Game, and I'll never watch this either. So it's just.
Now hold on. What's your reasoning for not watching Squid Game? Is it just are you doing the Game of Thrones thing where it's like, oh, it's popular, I don't want to watch it, or you just don't have interest in watching it?
I'm just not interested in that type of stuff. It's like the Hunger Games. I'm not really interested in that sort of thing either. So
no, I would watch that.
Yeah. So this is it's just because I don't want to.
I don't want
there are blurry people walking in the background of the force.
Those are ghosts. He's on a ghost hunt. What? We
So
all have lives still.
I know. That's fine. It's fine. Okay. So I am gonna give this. I'm gonna give this 9 toffee butter cookies out of 10. 10 marbles games that get you killed.
Okay.
10 deaths.
10 deaths to marble games.
I saw something that I don't know what I think it was on Instagram or something, and it said the invention, or what is it, the naming of silly putty implies that there is a serious putty, and then somebody like replied and it said there is. It's called C4. I was like, you're not wrong.
I actually would say Semtex, but that works too.
Yeah, but not everybody's gonna know it's like but you say C4, everybody has some sort of idea what C4 is. Simtex, people are like, what the hell is that? Is that the thing that Joker used in '89 on Gotham?
Oh God. And James is saying shout out to John D. Michaels. Correct, because our good friend of the show, good friend of Kyber Cave, John D. Michaels, was a actor on Squid Games. So,
yes, he was.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this next one. I know that Fours is going to be excited for this one. Let's check out the trailer for The Boy and the Heron.
Ooh, Miyazaki,
yes. So for all of my Studio Ghibli fans out there, Hayao Miyazaki's got a new film.
Come on, Ghibli heads. Come on, where you be? Let's do this, Ghiblies.
James, C4 is the Kleenex of explosives. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's watch the trailer for The Boy and the Heron.
Not the boy with the hair on, but the boy and the hair.
The crazy thing about this is like they announced like this massive cast.
Yeah, like voice cast,
and it's like because they're releasing the American and the Japanese at the same time.
Yeah, which is crazy. I'm already I'm already liking the animation in this.
Oh yeah,
I kind of want to do that though because I feel like there's so many fans now of Studio Ghibli about like that would do that. Like I would go see this just for his name. I wouldn't even have to see the trailer. I would be like, no, I want to go see this because I've seen so much.
Look at the creepiness of the heron in this, though.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Spirited Away.
Which, I
It's
mean,
got that Spirited Away.
I mean, you know, written and directed by the same.
Well, no, I know. I'm just saying of all of them, like not all of them are the same.
True.
Where like it doesn't give me any Howl's Moving Castle vibes, although that does. But yeah, so it's just kind of it's nice.
Studio Ghibli films are like the Crouching Tigers of anime. They truly are.
They really are. I feel like this is almost like a different telling of Mark Hamill. I don't think it's a different telling of Mark Hamill, but I do think it's a different telling of like Alice in Wonderland. A lot of the stuff that he does is like that.
You know, what's funny is like if you listen to the voice in the Heron, that's 100% Willem Dafoe. And,
yeah.
And Willem Dafoe 100% fits the creepy dude to play the Heron.
Yeah, after he did, well, even before that, I was gonna say after he was Green Goblin, like he was done. He just had to be creepy guy, but he's always kind of been creepy guy.
But even more than that, when he played Ryuk, because I mean, like his Ryuk,
oh yeah,
again, as much as that movie sucked, and you know, I would never say that the live action Death Note was good, but the only thing that kind of like stood out in the live action Death Note 100% was his performance as Ryuk.
Yeah,
him and Patrick Wilson were my favorite parts of the original Aquaman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? I've always felt like he needs to play the Joker. That dude.
No, I'd rather see him as.
Well, no, because
Scarecrow or Riddler.
Not Scarecrow. The Riddler actually would probably be good. I need somebody for the Scarecrow. I need somebody calm.
He can be really calm and creepy at the same time, though.
What I said. If there's anybody that would be good to play the Joker, it's Willem Dafoe. If you look at pictures of Willem Dafoe, when they mock him up as the Joker, he looks like the Joker.
Yeah, I get that, but you understand that I have beef with the Joker.
I know you hate the Joker. I get it. I'm saying
if we were to get a Dark Knight Returns where everybody's just really old, I think Dafoe would be the perfect. The perfect Joker's last stand, basically.
Batman Beyond Joker.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Willem Dafoe is the best actor to play the live action of the Joker that we've been wanting. Because the thing is that we've gotten all these different versions of the Joker. There are always new takes on the Joker. It's like Willem Dafoe could play that version of the Joker that all of us have been kind of wanting.
He would bring Hamill's Joker to life.
Right,
basically.
exactly.
Like meth head Joker on Adderall mixed with sedatives.
I wasn't a fan of that version of the Joker. Like again, he would play. He could play a live action Hamill's Joker, and that's kind of what we want.
Yeah, I mean, look, I could see that, and if you do a Batman Beyond, or you do an aging Batman and an aging Joker, I'm all for it. As long as Batman gets to beat the crap out of Joker and finally kill him once and for all. I want him dead.
Which would
Sorry,
be
that was a little harsh. I'm sorry. That
right.
I haven't been on in a while, and I need to really just scale it back a little.
It's fine because you would get that if they did the Dark Knight. You know, if like they actually did the Dark Knight Returns. You remember Bruce kills the Joker like halfway through with a batarang to the eye.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I
mean, I get it.
So, how are we rating the anime?
Going back to this.
Sorry to go James on you, but it had to be done.
No, you know what? You need to do that for us because he mentioned the Joker and he knew what that would start. He knew it and he did it anyway.
Rate the anime.
Frey, what's your rating?
I'm going to give it 8 Jokers are dead to me. Out of 10. Oh, it looks quite nice, and I'm really looking forward to all the food in it. That's my favorite thing about those movies is how appetizing they make animated food look.
Right.
I'm like, I would eat everything on that. I would so be screwed there because I would eat everything.
Right. I'm gonna give this 9 human teeth and a creepy bird out of 10 Studio Ghiblis. 4s. I saved you. Saved the best for last on this one. What do you give the rating?
It's going to be a solid 8 tall birds out of 10
short rounds
copies of Ni no Kuni. So, and with a little extra, I think for this particular movie, I'm gonna watch it in both languages. I think I'm gonna watch this in its original Japanese just to see if it kind of adds to the drama. I have no doubt that the American cast, especially considering they're all celebs, did a great job, but I really would like to see it in its original acting environment. So, and I don't watch a lot of subtitled stuff, but I think I'm gonna give this one a shot.
Gotcha.
I was thinking about like how that's kind of cool that they are doing more like dual recording. So it's not just like it's dubbed in our language, like in American or English. Why did I say American? I am not stupid. Anyway, English. And but they also like what are you doing?
What do you mean?
What are you doing? Okay, anyway. Y'all are being
Not y'all. There's no y'all in this. I don't have control.
Phil's being a little shit right now. Okay. No, I lost my train of thought. Thanks, Phil. Let's just move on. No, Prey did the Native American language, and they also did the English.
Right.
The trailer for Echo was in Choctaw and in English. So it's just really neat. I love that. I think that's amazing. So I was trying to give Boris a compliment and say that I thought that was a really cool thing that he wants to also watch it in Japanese. So
well, thank you. And I'll come back with a review.
Awesome. Will your review be in Japanese?
Hi.
Okay. And Seiwon was mentioning because this is also rumored to be Hayao Miyazaki's last film. So I mean,
you know what? Tacos on the table. I don't think that's true. You're off the table on that one.
Unauthorized rumor.
That's a preemptive taco.
Preemptive taco.
I do not believe that this is going to be Hayao Miyazaki's last film. Bullshit.
I don't think so.
Forza's premature tacoing.
All right.
Yeah, it didn't work as well as I thought it was going to. Let's
Premature
just keep going.
itacolation.
Oh.
Premature Itaco. Okay, sure.
That's the name of the episode right there. Premature itacolation.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Hold on.
Moving forward.
Moving forward. So the trailer for this show that we're about to check out right here, I'm actually really excited for because I love this kind of stuff. There was a documentary.
I feel like Phil, you and my husband would like so get along, like as far as like what you all love to watch. Like, because we watched the trailer. He's the one that showed me this trailer first. And he was like, I was like, is this Shogun? And he was like, yeah, it is. And I was like, well, it looks really good. And he was like, yeah, it does, doesn't it? We're going to watch every single episode. And I was like, all right, I guess so. I was like, now I don't have to read the book. And he went, I still want you to read the book.
Read the book.
There's a thing, and I'm not allowed to talk about it in public. About not about that book though. About reading us the way that we do our reading lists and stuff. And we have some beef about it. Me and husband have beef about it, and I can't talk about it. I've said too much already. Let's move on. Let's watch this Shogun thing.
All right. So yes, we are going to be checking out the trailer for Shogun, which takes place in the 1,000-year, or felt like 1,000-year civil war in Japan. So,
and this is the guy that was in Westworld and is also a badass.
He played Scorpion in the new Mortal Kombat too.
I believe he was also in John Wick. I think he was in John Wick 4 as well.
Yeah, he's in John Wick. No, but he's a badass swordsman and stuff. Yeah. Like he's really good. What's his name?
I'm trying to remember his name right now. He was also in the Avengers. He's the dude that Ronin fights in the in
game, right? Yeah, in game. Yeah.
So let's check. He's my second favorite Japanese actor.
Ken Watanabe? No,
Ken Watanabe's my first. I love Ken Watanabe. I love.
That's why I said it, because I knew he was your first. I don't know why I knew that, because I don't think you've ever said it.
There's
all right, let's watch it.
Ken Watanabe. Well, yeah, let's watch this trailer.
I'm just gonna look it up while we're watching.
Yeah, this already looks epic.
Yeah, absolutely does.
So I'm interested to see who's going to be playing our American captain.
Death is in our air.
Gerard Butler? No, it's not Gerard Butler.
No, but that would be a good pick.
Just remember.
I don't think I'm on the right thing. This is it says television show.
It is a television show. So this takes place during the Dutch occupation, right?
I think so. Yeah.
When the Dutch occupied southern Japan.
Dude, this looks
Cosmo
insane.
Jarvis plays John Blackthorne. Cosmo Jarvis. That's the guy's name. And what a fantastic name it is.
Yes.
Hiroyuki Sanada.
Yes, Hiroyuki Sanada. Hiroyuki Sanada's a badass, and he's actually descended from the shogunate.
Yeah, and like he takes a lot of pride in it too. Like he really knows how to swing a sword. It's crazy.
Samurai, like it's fucking fast. That he's an actor now, but I mean the dude trained as a samurai just in tradition.
Yeah, and the reason he became an actor was because they needed samurai for a movie, and that's like what he did. And then now he's like awesome, like really awesome. And
life and death are the same.
This looks amazing. Just everything about this, and a lot of it almost has like that classic Japanese cinema feel to it, which makes me want to watch it even more.
No, I agree. I really want to see it. It looks beautiful. It's
very 47 Ronin. You know, like I love like the look of it.
Freedom is all you ever live for.
And I think that they're making the women like way more badass in it. Of course, I'm listening to Dune right now, so I might be confusing Dune and Shogun, but
Oh man, I'm ready for this. I am
Yeah.
definitely gonna watch this.
it's going to be beautiful regardless of anything else because
Absolutely. Oh,
it
it's gonna
just
be on
looks
Hulu.
beautiful.
Yes. Oh, I'm gonna watch this so hard. It looks so good.
And it
You're
sucks
gonna
because we
Hulu
can't
the
binge
heck
it
out
all
of
at
it.
once.
Oh, are they
Yeah, you
binge?
can.
Are they
You
gonna
just
binge it?
you gotta wait.
I said no. I'm saying it sucks because we can't binge it all at once. It's gonna be coming out weekly on FX.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
I'm not.
I'm okay with being able to watch it. Then the reason is because for the same reason that everybody's going back to that model of doing a weekly is because it keeps conversations going. It keeps it where it's in everybody's mind for the next week. And it's, they did that with Game of Thrones, and that's why they're going back to it, because they're realizing that formula actually works.
Meanwhile, it also gives people more time during the SAG after strike. So there's that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, and I like that model for some things. There are some shows I have to watch one at a time so I can digest it properly before I see the next episode. Like dramas and stuff. Like there's some stuff where I look, Downton Abbey, there were some really crazy things that happened on Downton Abbey. And I had to digest that. So thank you, PBS, for making it weekly.
Well, let's rate this beast.
Absolutely. So Frey, what is the likelihood that you're going to watch this show?
I'm giving it 10 show enough out of 10. I have a feeling I'm going to want to go to whatever country they filmed it.
I'm pretty sure they filmed it in Japan.
Well, I already want to go to Japan.
So do I.
I want to go to Edo because that's where it all started, baby.
Before they moved the capital?
No, Edo was the
original
capital.
That's what I'm saying. Edo's the original capital.
That's where the daimyos and shogunates all started first.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of different things I want to do. I actually do want to go to Tsushima because I heard it's actually beautiful.
Well, if I go to Japan, I also will go to Okinawa. So
I've always said I want to go to Okinawa. Like I want to do Okinawa. I want to do. I definitely want to go to Edo. I want to go to Tokyo. I want to go to. There's another major city. I want to go to
Kyoto. Yeah, Kyoto, and I also want to go to Mount Fuji.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to go when the cherry blossoms are in bloom because I hear it's gorgeous, and you need to go when that's happening. So I'll have to do that. But, yeah. I also want to go to Korea now.
Oh no, I've been wanting to go to Korea since we did the interview with the Blurred Explorer at the 3 years ago at the beginning of the show. We interviewed a gentleman named the Blurred Explorer, and he wrote a book called the Black Traveler's Guide to Korea.
Oh wow! Oh, that's cool.
Like the do's and don'ts if you're traveling to Korea. It's pretty dope. I
just watched The Korean Englishman and Jolly and Gabby Cook, and Gabby Cook she came in second. Her and her partner came in second on MasterChef, Korean MasterChef.
Oh yeah.
And then, but she goes back all the time. She's super famous over in Korea, I guess. But I love her stuff. So it's and they go to Korea a lot. And I'm like, oh my God, I would love to go there. This is amazing. So I'm learning about a new country. She speaks Korean and she speaks both in there, but it's subtitled in Korean and and so I'm just learning so much.
Right. They love fried chicken.
Anyway,
Forrest, what's your rating, sir?
This is gonna get a rock solid 10 authentic samurai swords out of 10 Lord Toranagas.
Ooh, I dig it.
This is going to be one absolutely epic level ride, and it makes me sad because Shogun was my dear departed mother's favorite Eastern story ever.
Oh, cool.
It was something she shared with her dad, and they both just fell in love with the book, the show from back in the day. And I'm sad because I can't kind of wheel her up to the TV and watch it with her. And so I'll definitely be giving this
But-
some extra special attention.
But you can watch it to honor her.
Yes, I can.
And-
And I will.
Papa,
Oh, okay, bye, Frey. And now she's quiet.
Yeah, I can't hear her at all now. Frey just silenced herself. All right. While she tries to figure out what happened with her mic here.
And then she's gone again.
I know.
No,
We lost the Frey.
this is crazy.
This is very crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, my rating on this, I'm gonna give this a Frey's back. Can we hear her?
can you hear me now?
Oh,
Yes.
the buzz is loud with you.
Oh, okay. Better?
Way better. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
James, restart. She pulled a Loki.
That's
She's just traveling between timelines right now. So yes, I time slipped. This, Jesus. I give this.
I go by Sylvie now.
I give this 10. Oh man. 10 weird bald top haircuts. Because Real Samurai had the weirdest haircuts.
They were the first millennials, guys.
They just like top balded it right there with it was the Q in the back. It was weird. 10 weird top bald haircuts out of 10 Japanese civil wars that also led to the Japanese becoming some of the greatest warriors in the history of time.
well, ladies and gentlemen, that is a unanimous 10 spot.
Absolutely
Like, what is it? Musashi? Mira.
Miyamoto Musashi.
Miramoto Musashi. Musashi's my boy.
One of the greatest swordsmen to ever live.
Ever.
He's my boy. I'm sorry you didn't get that from. He's my boy.
All right, well, let's move into the next trailer, guys. We've got a trailer
We're
for.
so behind.
Yeah, I know. We've got a trailer for David Likes. I've never been able to say his name. David Leitch. His new film with Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, entitled "The Fall Guy."
This thing is so amazing.
Oh my god!
I never knew I needed it until I saw the trailer. Okay, let's do
See
this.
it.
Yeah, this trailer looks amazing, and it's 100%.
If you are wearing earbuds, please turn the volume down for a little bit because I probably will be screaming.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's watch this trailer. Yeah, no. Darren, I know we just got taken down. We were just talking about that, so
Yeah.
finish the trailer reaction right here. It's a good trailer. I liked it. This makes me want to watch the movie 100%. So, someone let us know. I know we got copyright struck.
Yeah, say Wong.
Someone let us know when we're back up on YouTube, so then that way we can continue here.
Well, I was gonna say he's one more channel will be disabled.
Of all the stuff we've had to rate, and that's the one that gets us kicked. Come on.
I know. Was that is that a Warner Brothers movie?
I don't know.
Let's see who makes this movie, because I know Warner Brothers tends to do strikes like that.
Yeah,
Sometimes Disney does.
It's because I keep calling him Bob Iger a robot.
No,
that's not Zaslav.
I say way worse things about David Zaslav. Okay, let's see.
James said that.
Yeah,
James said the same thing that you said.
That was
That's awesome.
Of all the freaking things, man. Seriously.
Chat right now said, "Dumb YouTube taking it down." Okay, hold on. Let's see who made this.
Are we live again?
I think we're live again.
Okay, welcome back, everybody.
It seems like everybody's talking in the chat right now again. So yeah, we got taken down, guys.
That's
It happens. It happens.
they just don't want my voice to be heard.
Maybe
It's because I kept cutting out.
I don't know. Let's see.
No, they wouldn't do that. They think it's funny when I cut out.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so it pulled up the series. Here goes the film right here. All right.
Oh, did you rewind?
No.
No, he's just looking it up. He Googled.
It's based on obviously an 80s series.
Starring Lee Majors.
It was Lee Majors.
I watched
Universal. Okay, that surprises me even more that it was Universal. Because Universal, we usually don't get taken down on Universal trailers and films and stuff.
it. It probably they don't have anything else to do right now.
I guess so.
So
You
they're
know,
like,
the song came through pretty loud and clear. I'm willing to bet that was it.
maybe. I don't know. Usually when it's something like that, though, it's like immediate, and it took it a few seconds. So.
Yeah.
Maybe. All I know is that I heard it loud and clear. I mean, it shot straight through the heart.
Yeah, but we were talking over it, and that's the thing is usually enough of a break when we're talking.
I was like literally screaming at some point.
Well,
so
we're
that's,
to blame.
Yeah, it's a little surprising that's what took us down is the trailer for the Fall Guy.
It's because Ryan
that's my
Gosling and
joke.
Emily
Okay.
Blunt together. It's too hot.
It is
Too hot, everybody.
So with that
Too
being
hot.
said, guys, you're gonna have to check out the trailer yourself. But let's go ahead and give it a rating here, guys. Frey, what's your rating for the Fall Guy?
10. Ryan Gosling pushing his hair out of the way. Out of 10. Emily Blunt saying, "I cannot work with him, never him."
Hey, Darren, it's never anything that I say dirty that gets us taken down. This was a copyright strike. We
No.
were taken down because I cussed.
Look, I'm worse than he is, so
No, Darren's had this thing since he's been back in the chat about, dude, you guys say a lot of dirty jokes, and like we've always said a lot of dirty jokes. It's not anything new.
The later in the evening it gets, the dirtier they get.
Oh, absolutely. It's why we do our show so late. All right, Forrest, what's your rating here?
Well, this is probably gonna put a Frey hit on me, but it's gonna get a rock solid 4.
What?
Barbie characters out of 10 Lee Majors. As in I Lee Majorly am not going to watch this.
Oh, wow.
look, sometimes you know what? Fun isn't for everybody.
I know.
It's okay.
And
Absolutely.
the answer to Graveyard is a lot.
I am gonna give this. I'm gonna give this 9 Ryan Gosling saying funny things and jumping through doors out of 10 flipping cars because stunt guys.
Yeah.
Because stunt guys.
Yeah. That's what
I hope at
what
some
was-
point we get the Fall Guy theme in the movie. The unknown stuntman thing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we get just because
I'm sure they will.
and like a jukebox, like they're in a freaking bar or something, and the jukebox plays that, and somebody goes, "What the hell is this?" or something.
Exactly like that, like Jerry Seinfeld style. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
All right, we got one more trailer.
Oh, I'm so excited for this one. I love this series. I love everything about the way that they've been remaking these movies. They've been such a hit for me. Every one that they've done.
Is this going to be the last one?
I do not think so. I think that they are doing more. But
As
let's
long
get-
as there are monkeys and humans, there will
You know
be a
they've been
Planet
doing
of the
this
Apes.
this remade series for like 20 years now.
yeah.
It's a solid IP.
Because
Wow.
the whole thing is supposed to be, you know, when they redid the movie, they talked about Caesar and how he started the uprising and you know the evolved apes, and then they took that concept and decided let's make an entire series of movies based on this concept, and it's been fucking gangbusters, man.
Mm,
You
Let's
know,
watch it.
I
get it.
yeah, I love this so much. So let's check this out.
Look at those sorrowful eyes. So sad.
I sleep I see
It's-
strange things.
What I love is like, because again, this is still
Memories.
what's his name? Schmeagol.
Memories.
Oh, yeah, from Andor.
Yes.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis plays Caesar, and I love this.
Everything.
Yeah, he's got his voice is so emotion heavy.
Yes.
Like he can put so much emotion in his voice, and I love that. Oh my god, is that an orangutan?
It
Yeah,
is.
and it's worth getting.
oh my god,
it's worth getting the Hobbit audiobook just to hear him narrate it.
Yes.
You know, I was
I love Andy
listening
Serkis.
to the Norse mythology read by Neil Gaiman, and it put me back on audiobooks. Like
Yeah.
that's how good it was. So I could totally see that. I may have to check that out for it.
This looks so good.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
does.
Like, because at this point, you're getting to the point where the apes are starting to take control, and they're and they're turning humans into like their pets, and like how at the point where you get in Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, we're
Well,
almost
I
there,
just
aren't we?
don't know. I don't like. To me, I don't know. I liked it better when it was such a shock. So
It was
I don't
Earth
know.
all along.
Yeah, like that. I was like, oh my gosh, and you know, Charlton Heston saying, "You damn dirty ape."
Damn dirty apes!
Yeah.
I but I do love this because you still have surprises and intrigue in the story and things like that. You don't know kind of you know where it ends up, but you don't know how it gets to the point where it is. And it's been such a good story. You know, like it's been a very compelling story. You've followed along and you've like kind of felt for Caesar the entire time. It's a really good story.
Graveyard has jokes, and I love it.
I hope they have Abraham Lincoln.
Dude, that is the dad joke of the night. I love it.
That's,
Oh man.
I'm surrounded by dad jokes.
He said he just got done destroying the Exorcist in the podcast. Oh man. He's just like, I wrecked the Exorcist completely.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'll do it. I'll be the first one.
All right. So what is your rating on this?
7 coiffed ape masters
Okay.
out of 10 devolving humans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going broad strokes tonight, guys.
I'm gonna go 9. I'm gonna go 9 advanced apes out of 10. You damn dirty apes!
I like ape masters.
Ape masters.
Ape masters.
Oh
You
man.
do a G and an R in front of it, and they're great masters.
You know what? I'm gonna Graveyard. I know you're only saying that because you're saying that movie was terrible, but I actually did not dislike Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes.
I didn't either. I didn't dislike it. I thought there were some odd choices, I will say, but I did not dislike it. And that was one with Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yeah, I went
Yeah.
back and watched it recently, and it was like this is not that bad. Like this is
Yeah.
me as a kid watching that movie. I mean, I wasn't much of a kid, but I mean, like, you know, like me younger watching that movie when it came out was like, okay, you know, I like this movie a lot, but like, you know, not being somebody who was like kind of as much into film as I am now, and now going back and rewatching it, I'm like, this movie's not that bad. Everybody talks about how bad this movie is. It's not that bad.
Yeah. It's not. And I think it's pretty visually stunning as well. So
Oh, yeah, it still holds up.
Yeah.
All the visuals will, because Tim Burton's really good about still using practical effects in the majority of his stuff. But I mean,
well,
like,
he's always known how to combine practical effects with
Right.
CGI and animation to make it look
right.
real.
And just like a lot of it, what really holds up and what really like keeps the feeling in that movie
Mhm.
is 100% the acting.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I don't know.
As a
I
silverback.
love OG Planet of the Apes. Like, Roddy McDowell being the main guy, and like, I thought it was. Oh man, really? What the fuck? Okay, sorry.
Like I said, Michael Clark Duncan as a silverback gorilla.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, just again, a lot of the cast was really good in that film. Obviously Tim Roth. Oh my God, Tim Roth was so good in that. Helena Bonham Carter, because I mean, his wife is in everything that he makes, at least.
I don't think they're married anymore, are they?
Well, his ex-wife.
I'm like, I don't think they're married anymore.
They did get a divorce, but at the time they were married, and she was in everything he made. That's right. Paul Giamatti played the the orangutan.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, Cary Tagawa. That's right. He played Kroll.
Mm-hmm.
God, Cary Tagawa is another one of my favorite. I mean, he's more of an American actor, but he's Japanese American. But I love Cary Tagawa. I've never seen anything, even the stuff that's bad that Cary Tagawa is in is still good. Anyways, Fours, what is your rating here, sir?
This is going to get 9 Caesar the Hairy Smeagol's out of 10 Abraham Lincolns.
Caesar the Hairy Schmeagles. Apesam.
Oh my gosh.
Relax, it's precious. Relax, it's
All right. Well, guys, that is it for Lifetime Reaction. God, we still have so much more episode to get through here. All right. It is now time for the longest segment ever of Starting Rumors. Let's do this.
We're gonna don't know where to get in
All right. Well, let's get right into it, guys. I'm gonna start it off tonight just because this is something that's near and dear to me. So Destiny 2, and I know Graveyard is gonna be all ears for this. Just a couple of months back, Bungie announced the launch date for the Final Shape, which was set to arrive February 2024. New report claims that the Final Shape, the next expansion for Destiny 2, has been delayed.
Shocker.
Yeah. Now, in the wake of layoffs from Bungie, it seems that the next sizable expansion for Destiny 2 won't be releasing until the middle portion of this coming year. Bungie itself hasn't confirmed the information is accurate, but these details are said to come from anonymous sources at the company. According to Bloomberg, Destiny 2, the Final Shape, has been internally delayed from its February release date and will be now launching in June of 2024.
Wow.
Now I know you guys aren't. Now I know you guys aren't big kind of like Destiny people or anything like that.
Used to be,
right? Oh man, I know. Graveyard just said it in the chat. They fired the composer, which is a big deal because if there's one thing that has always been amazing when it comes to Destiny, always been the music. The music in Destiny is so epic and beautiful, and it's like you fired the composer.
Yeah, and it matches the environment really, really well.
Right, like everything in that has been really good. A lot of it has to do with just kind of like internal problems, and just they've been losing a lot of in-game like player players have been playing other games. I mean, me personally, I haven't been playing the new expansion just because it's not. I've been kind of like veering away. Plus, I have like 1,000 other games that I'm playing right now. It gets really hard to, and I get it. Destiny is an MMO. They want everybody to continue playing the game, but it's like, you can only do so much, You know what I mean? Same thing. Graveyard is saying in the chat he didn't play at all during October. Neither did I. So I mean, like, you know, it's my tacos are 100% on the table. That this is being delayed because just of the things that have been officially announced and all the layoffs and everything like that. I see it, you know, if they're not going to crunch on people on this, which the good thing about Bungie is they don't crunch people. Like they're not really known for doing a lot of crunch within their games. They are going to push it back. And I mean, if this means that they're going to, you know, kind of rework and retool some things and try and, you know, make the final expansion for Destiny 2 worthy of ending the game, then I'm more than willing to let it kind of run a little bit more. And knowing them, if they're pushing it back, it's because they're probably like, okay, well, we have another season that we can put in here in its place. So same thing.
Yep.
Graveyard. I'm the same way here. I'm a day one D1 player.
I mean, it's very well named. Because I guess it's going to be your destiny to get the update now in the middle of next year and not in the beginning of next year. So yeah, there you go.
Again, I'm willing to wait if it means that we're going to get a better update, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, that's kind of the way I feel about it is like when, like this is just another example of we hear things being delayed and we assume it's because of a problem, not because they want to make it better. You know, and it could be a bug or something that's causing it. But if they fired the composer, then they're probably going in a totally different direction. And that direction is hopefully will be better than what they were doing before.
I don't see how they can get better than what they had.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm just saying I feel like we get really negative when stuff like this happens. You know, it could be a better change. That's
the thing is that they could also have fired him because they're like, okay, well, we're not doing the game anymore. And maybe he's already composed all the music that they need. And they just kind of, you know, if this is the end of this game, I mean, it kind of sucks because they were kind of talking about Destiny 3 and where that was going to go and everything like that. But it's like, I don't know if that's going to happen anymore.
Maybe that got Kevin Kiner.
Maybe.
He did the music for Ahsoka and Bad Batch and Rebels. And also Doom Patrol. He did some music for Doom Patrol. Sorry, we've been watching Doom Patrol and I saw his name. Anyway.
Awesome. I love that show. Yeah. And I agree. You know, between Lance Reddick dying, who was like one of the biggest major characters in the game, everything that's going on, and then just the bad last season. Like the last season has not been all that good. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot that there's a lot they need to do to make it so that they bring all of the I want to say viewership, but that's the wrong word. Like all the
excitement.
Well, like to bring all the patrons, like all the people who play the game, to bring them back into the world. So
yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on here.
You know what? I'm gonna do this one because it's about one of my favorite Batman characters.
I'm not gonna disagree with you. He's a great character. Go for it.
So, okay, guys, we're talking about the Batman. So, and I do it in quotes because I still am not that sure about Robert Pattinson as the Batman. I'm afraid he's going to turn up somewhere shining or something, and I'm still not convinced, but we'll see.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think that I think he's going in the right direction, but it's not quite where I want it to be for Batman.
No. All right. It looks like Matt Reeves' Batman universe is going to expand a little more. Because, like, they're still talking about the Penguin TV show, right? And so now they're talking about maybe there's going to be a film about Scarecrow. That Dr. Jonathan Crane, he might be getting his own movie. Too bad I really liked Cillian Murphy's Scarecrow. Anyway, the latest rumor comes from Hollywood insider Daniel Reichman, who says that the movie will be set in the same universe as the Batman.
Okay.
Other Batman projects in development from Matt Reeves include The Batman 2,
Mhm.
2 Shades of Blue, the Penguin series, the series set in Arkham Asylum, and Mike Flanagan pitched a Clayface movie. I could see if they did that a Clayface movie, like an origin Clayface movie. I think that's the only way you could do a Clayface movie is if it were like an origin. But what do you guys think?
I 100% feel like they're going to do a Jonathan Crane movie. I mean, like the whole thing is Jonathan Crane is probably one of the best characters to pick in order to do like a character in this universe, right? Like they're doing a very grounded universe. What is more scary than a psychologist that pumps you full of drugs and makes you hallucinate? You know? And
well, a lot of the really good in-depth villains that Batman has are like more psychologically terrifying.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's awesome. To me, that I like, that's the thing I do like about Batman's villains is that a lot of them are just they're as broken as Batman.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I love it.
I think Jonathan Crane is a good pick. I also think Hugo Strange would be a very good pick for a character in this universe.
Yes. Or Hush.
Hush has to happen. They need to do Hush.
Yeah.
Hush is too good of a character.
I think Hush would be a lot better in the Matt Reeves universe than it would be in the main. I mean, I'd like to see it in both, but I think Hush would be a better villain. He's a more grounded villain. And, you know, so, and if you guys haven't seen Hush, look, I'm going to spoil it. So, and it being that it's his friend from when he was a kid, Elliot, I want to say Nash, but that's not his last name. I can't remember what it is.
It is Elliot.
It's Elliot something. But anyway, and I just love that. And then he like totally pins it on the Riddler, and then it's not the Riddler. Oh, it's just amazing. He's just amazing in it. It was a great like revitalization of Batman. So yeah, Jim Lee. Yeah, Jim Lee's Hush comics. They're amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree. But yeah.
Hand in those two.
Huh?
Jeff Loeb had his hand in those two.
Oh yeah, Jeff Loeb did. It was a good story, good execution, and it definitely needs to be made. But if they keep like rehashing Batman over and over again, we're never going to get to the good stuff. So
right, so with everything that's going on in this, the one thing that I feel like is happening but is not happening in the Matt Reeves universe is I don't think they're going to do Clayface in Matt Reeves' universe.
No, I think that would be much better in like the regular Gunverse.
In whatever James Gunn is doing, Clayface is a character that I feel like fits that a lot more. Just because, again, you're doing a grounded universe with Matt Reeves. It wouldn't make too much sense to do something with like Clayface, where you have this, or like Killer Croc, or somebody like like these more over the top rogues. You can do you can get away with like some people. Like in my mind, I'm picturing like a way that you can do Firefly, but I mean like that still fits like the James Gunn universe more than it does Matt Reeves. Like the version of the Penguin that we're getting is a very mobster Penguin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I could see that. Like, and I feel like I was gonna say I think Harley could probably do very well in both, but I don't think she would. I think she's more a not Matt Reeves, like James Gunn, because she is like out there, like out there. And so, yeah, I could see that. I do think if we do get a Clayface, it probably will be in the Gunverse, and I could see him being in like a Suicide Squad like sequel. A James Gunn Suicide Squad sequel, because I mean he was part of Suicide Squad for a little bit, but yeah.
Right. Graveyard saying, "Damn it, DC and Marvel, let the horror people do the horror characters." I actually think that's a great idea. Let a horror director do Clayface. I think that would be amazing because they're gonna have a good take on Clayface.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I would. Yeah, that would be amazing. I would love to see Bruce Campbell be like the actor.
Oh my God, Bruce Campbell would be the perfect
Basil.
Clayface. I'm sorry, he would be the perfect Clayface.
Yeah, he totally would.
I think
Basil. What was his name? Basil something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And this is not just playing to the fact that Bruce Campbell is Graveyard's favorite actor.
That's what made me think of him. That Graveyard said it. So
yeah, it's like because you can play the campiness with Bruce Campbell being like
Mhm.
the actor that he is, but then you can really get into the horror aspect of it and have this kind of freaky, scary character in
Mhm.
Clayface. And if they go that route, I would want him to like big up the animated series version of Clayface, because that version was scary.
Flanagan needs to do Scarecrow instead of Clayface. Makes his crap more terrifying. Okay. All right, Sloshy McSlosherton.
Let
Uh,
me do Clayface.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Let Raimi do Clayface, and then he can have Bruce Campbell as Clayface, and that would be awesome. But so before we get really, really off topic, because we're still in the DC universe right now,
Right.
tacos on the table.
Oh, 100%. Because kind of like what I mentioned at the beginning. I feel like Scarecrow and Jonathan Crane in general is a pitch perfect character to put in a grounded Batman universe. Because again, you can easily justify Batman seeing weird, like monsters and a giant scarecrow kind of thing, because he's hallucinating.
Yeah.
And there it is from James.
So my tacos are on the table for this as well, because I think that's good. I do think he needs a movie on his own, because I think everybody really liked Scarecrow after the fact, after he was in that first movie, Batman Begins. And then when they brought him back for the third one to be the judge and stuff, that was really fun too. And so, yeah, so I totally think that this is it. 100% all the tacos with the salsa and the sour cream and everything else on the table.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see it. I liked Cillian Murphy's portrayal of Jonathan Crane, but I don't feel like we ever got a fully fleshed out Scarecrow in that series of movies.
Yeah, and I think we were lesser for it.
Yeah.
Like, they could have made the whole trilogy about Scarecrow, just about like the ramifications of what his crap's doing. So, but they don't do that. You can't do that. You got to have a new villain. A new villain every time. Blah, blah, blah. All right. I'm done. Okay. Forrest,
what are your thoughts on this?
So my tacos are on the table without the cheese, because while I do see this happening, I see it happening further down the road. This is more of an eventuality than it is an immediate project.
Well, I mean, until the strike's over, isn't everything an eventuality?
No. That's not what I mean. I mean, I think they're gonna flesh out more of the Batman universe before they tackle this.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe. Like, Scarecrow, it's so weird. It depends on how you bring him in. Will depend. Like, he could be like his doctor. Hey, I'm, trying to get through. I've done this, and now I'm trying to get through my grief and everything. And then, yeah, it could be that. It could be anything. I mean, yeah, I could see it, but I want it. I want it to happen. I don't want a freaking Joker in the freaking Reeves universe. I'm sick of Joker. We've already had this discussion.
They already have the Joker in the Reeves universe. It's played by.
Hey, you know what? We're not talking about that right now. I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding.
He already played a role in the first movie that was a teaser for
Barry Keoghan is who you're talking about.
Right. Barry Keoghan, he already played a big enough role that they are probably going to have him.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably going to be featured, but I want them to do it the same way that they did the first movie, where he's just kind of like being a detective and going through different, villain agencies, and kind of like the Joker is just more of like, I like the idea of, instead of the Joker being a feature, you have the Joker being like like
a mentor.
Well, like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Where like he's in jail and he just kind of like, kind of just talks.
Yeah.
So,
hello, Bruce Wayne. I'm sorry.
Right.
All right. You want me to do the Snow White thing? I can do the Snow White.
Sure. Let's do it.
All right. Hi ho. More live action. Here we go.
The enthusiasm. I love it.
Oh, let me do that again. Second take. We'll edit it later. Hi ho. More live action. Here we go. I like the first one better. Let's use the first one. All right. Disney's live action Snow White movie has been getting a lot of bad buzz over the past several months. And oh my God, it really has. I mean, it's like everybody's saying, oh my God, I didn't do it. And oh my God, I'm the only one that can be Snow White. And oh my God. All right. And they they released an image of Rachel Zegler's Snow White surrounded by 7 CGI dwarves. Didn't help. Yeah, they look no, they look like weird uncanny valley like friars or something. All right. The
Yeah.
studio spent $330 million on the movie, and they are concerned that the movie is going to bomb. Well, I mean, sometimes they do. Snow White was originally supposed to be released on March 22nd, 2024, but it was published. It was pushed out a full year to March 21st, 2025.
I think that the complaints that people have are
Her. The complaints are about her because that's just what it is.
No. Okay. So look, the complaints that people are having over Snow White in general is like whenever people complain about Disney shit, it's like, stop complaining about anything that Disney does because none of it has anything to do with the original stories of any.
Yeah.
It is all changes and very, very distinct, complete different takes on the original story. So when people sit there and say, oh, well, we don't like that a Puerto Rican woman is playing Snow White, it doesn't fucking matter. Because none of it is is the actual Snow White story. Oh, well, they're making her instead of being the damsel in distress, she's going to be a princess trying to take control of her kingdom. We don't like that because she's not a damsel in distress. It's not the original fucking story. It doesn't matter.
No, it's not.
Because none of this has to do with the original story. They're all new takes. It's all the same dumb complaints that people had about Little Mermaid. And it's like, okay, well, Little Mermaid, if you want Little Mermaid to be the original story, because Disney made her a white girl, she was a green sea monster that commits suicide and becomes sea foam at the end of the story. If you're really going to complain, because they made her not made, but they had a person of color play
Ariel.
Ariel. Well, Ariel was never a white girl to begin with. That's what you remember because of Disney. But before that, she was just a sea monster
that fell in love with a human and made a deal with the sea witch and could never speak to him, and then let him marry someone else, and then killed herself so that she could be sea foam. And it was the story of how sea foam came to be.
Right. And it's 1,000 times more messed up because how about the stuff that they left out of the original story? The fact that the sea witch didn't take her voice. She literally cut out her tongue.
Yeah.
Or how about the fact that in order to change her fins to legs, she could never not be in pain. So every time she took a step, it was like walking on glass.
Yeah.
They didn't do any of that. They didn't do any of that. And that's what's in the original story. So these complaints that people have, it's the internet and it's the internet and the racism that exists on the internet with people complaining. I get it. The original story is a German character, and that hits close to home for people that are of that, that descent. But it's kind of like Disney has the rights. They have the right to change whatever the hell they want if they want to tell a different story, because it's not ever going to be the original story.
That's true. And Sleeping Beauty is the same way. Like, she doesn't go to sleep. Everybody dies.
Right. And she's in a suspended animation, which
and it's not for
because she's
a couple years. It's like hundreds of years.
She also gets raped.
Like there's a lot of bad stuff. These like fairy tales are really sanitized.
Yeah, because she
and hermetically sealed for our protection.
In the original story, she wakes up out of her slumber pregnant.
Yep.
There was no consent in that. So I mean,
No.
like, yeah,
There's a lot of stuff. Like, guys, this is what happens. So yeah.
So again, whenever people complain about how much they hate Snow White because they're making her a self-sufficient person of color, it's like, well, Disney has free reign to change the story the way that they want to.
But actually, Rachel Zegler, she's not really a good person. So yeah, there's that too. But yeah, not because she's a person of color, because she's an asshole.
Gotcha.
I'll watch it.
I mean, I'm always willing to give anything a chance and see if the movie is good for its sake and not base it off of how people complain about things on the internet.
I think they're gonna scrap it.
Yeah, because I mean,
I do. I think they're gonna scrap it.
Yeah, because I mean, like, again, with anything, you have to go and watch it with an open mind and not go with whatever dumb shit that dumb people were complaining about online. Because you're always gonna have people complaining online no matter what.
No more Dubby for Phil. He's had enough.
Wait. People on the internet don't like things.
All right. So fours, what do you think?
I think that this movie is going to bomb. And I think negative press is going to be the reason that it bombs. Negative real journalism press and negative trolls on the internet press. This actress has impressed nobody up to this point. Nobody seems to like her, and this movie's going to bomb. Not to mention the fact that the dwarves look like garden gnomes come to life, and it's creep factor level 10.
They are very creepy.
Yeah.
Yep,
they are.
They walked right out of your front yard, over 9,000 creepy.
Yeah. Just looking at the picture, they look like the CGI in itself looks like something from like the early 2000s.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. So let's talk about Hela.
Yes.
What the hell are you talking about?
Look, I told you guys, I listened to the Norse mythology thing, and so her name's not Hela in Norse mythology; it's Hel. She's named after it, and she's actually half alive and half dead. And it's like it's really kind of cool the way that they talk about her. And she's just like a sassy little girl, but she's the leader of Hel. So that's totally different than this. And hopefully Kate Blanchett won't play her if they ever do a Norse mythology thing. So, all right. Some new details have surfaced regarding the second season of Marvel's animated series, What If? Regarding the story that will focus on Hela. Okay. Kate Blanchett is set to reprise her role as Hela for the series, and it involves the villain acquiring a powerful new weapon. The episode she appears in is titled What If Hela Found the 10 Rings?
Ooh.
Oh, it's going to get hella accessorized in here, people.
I see what she did there.
Which is obviously the 10 Rings from Marvel's Shang-Chi martial arts movie. Some insight on that saying Hela will be kicked out of Asgard like in Thor Ragnarok, but instead of being imprisoned in Hell, 1L, she finds herself accepted by Ta Lo and their inhabitants, learning their martial arts. Odin will invade and war between Asgard and Ta Lo will break out. Hela's armor will be white instead of black and green. Ooh.
Interesting.
Through a press statement, Disney Plus revealed that Marvel's What If Season 2 is set to debut on the streaming service this holiday season. And I think they said it's actually going to be the Christmas. I think the first one is going to be on Christmas.
Yeah. My tacos are on the table 100%. I think that because we already got a list of what episodes are going to be on there, and this is on that list.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that this is happening. It makes sense
Mhm.
as far as like the formula that What If does, and I think it'd be interesting to see Hela with the 10 rings.
Oh yeah, they've been really good with the what ifs of the shows. Like, I mean, 'cause like there were some where I'm like, okay, yeah, the whole Marvel zombies thing. I was like, well, they had to do that. Everybody loves the Marvel zombies, but and the 1602, I think they're doing that because it's total comic book fan service. But I really am so interested in how that like the Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther becoming Star-Lord. That was my favorite episode of season 1,
Yeah.
and the way that they did that, and how they had Thanos, and then Nebula was in it, and it just was really cool to see people in such different things and how they came up with all of that. So I'm fascinated, and my tacos are on the table. Everybody else's tacos are on the table that I could swipe because I think it's going to be fantastic. All right, Force
Tacos on the table on this or no?
Mostly, they're mostly on the table
Marginally.
with this one. I'm not too sure about the white armor and the whole Talo thing. I mean, are we going to see this? Yeah, probably, but to that level of detail, I'll believe it when I see it. So, give me the tacos are on the table with no lettuce.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it makes sense just because Talo would have to be, considering that's where the rings landed. That's how she would have to get that. And the white armor makes sense because if you look at anybody that was in that organization, they all had white armor. So anybody who lived in Talo had like white and red armor. So I think it makes sense.
It'll be cool to see if it happens.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next one here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk some Spider-Man. Yeah, because Marvel Studios has several projects in development, including Spider-Man 4, which was being worked on before the strikes hit. Chris McKenna and Eric Summers have returned to work on the next chapter of Spider-Man, and with the writer's strike over. Spider-Man 4 is currently looking at a late 2024 production start. How do you guys feel about that? Do you guys think we're going to be getting Spider-Man 4 pretty soon?
That late 2024 is not soon, and the fact that their production is starting in late 24, that means we're not going to see it till 26.
Right, but I mean, like, because they were in the middle of the script process, and when the strike happened, so I mean, they got stepped back a lot.
And let's not forget that 26 is going to be enormous for Marvel because 26 is the arrival of Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
That's the year that happens. So they're going to have to tie Spider-Man in real fast,
which we don't know if that's still happening at this point with everything that's going on right now. So
yeah, that's true.
And I mean, Marvel is doing a big pivot right now as far as like what they do on the pivot, which we're gonna get to later. They're doing a whole pivot on everything that's going on and doing a lot of course correction. So we don't know if they're gonna be still doing that or if they're gonna be changing everything prior to getting to that to that section, like that spot. So yeah, again, tacos on the table, guys. Do we think Spider-Man is starting in 2024?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be pushed back to 2025.
I think Sony's gonna prioritize this because I know that they know that this is a moneymaker. They
okay.
Want to have.
Let me say this: if Spider-Man is in Kang Dynasty, they won't push it back. If he is in Kang Dynasty, they won't push it back. If he's not, they'll push it back.
And Spider-Man 4, which Spider-Man? Like
Tom Holland signed for another movie.
He signed for 2 more movies, but then they also got Tobey Maguire to sign for 2 movies. So
yeah,
because he's also due for a Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, he's like we're getting Tobey Maguire as a Spider-Man. So
I do think that that they're going to show up in Secret Wars. I
Yeah.
don't know if they'll show up in King Dynasty. So that's like, I don't know. Like, that's why I'm saying late 2024. I think it's going to be early 2025. If it's late 2024, it's going to be like the last day of 2024. Like, that's how late it's going to be.
Right.
Just with the way things are going now. So, like with the strike and everything, I think it could be pushed back.
I hear that.
I don't want to say that because, you know, I want another Spider-Man movie. I'm enjoying them.
Absolutely.
I am.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? My tacos are on the table for it. So I'm just going to do that and we can move on because I want to talk about some Daredevil.
All right. Let's,
so, are we ready? Okay. So Daredevil, you know, everybody knows that all the, like, it's cursed or whatever. So Marvel Studios is currently in the process of figuring out what to do with its upcoming Daredevil Born Again series after firing its head writers and directors and all of the people that made the costume. No, I don't know if they did that. One of the main aspects of the story that will most likely stick is the main villain of the story, White Tiger. I did not know that White Tiger was going to be the main villain of the story, and I actually am okay with that. The series will reportedly feature multiple versions of White Tigers. The report goes on to point out that there have been 3 characters in the comics that have taken on the mantle White Tiger.
Right.
And they include Hector Ayala, the first White Tiger, Angela Del Toro, Hector's niece, and second to wear the mantle, and Ava Ayala, and Hector's sister,
which
and the third White Tiger.
We got introduced to Hector Ayala in the in the Netflix series, so it'd be interesting if they get the same actor.
That would be interesting. Yeah, there's like. They dropped so many like hints of certain things, but didn't actually like bring them about. So I wouldn't mind if they tugged on one of those threads. But so as the story plays out, he learns that the muggers were actually corrupt cops. And then one of them accidentally dies during a struggle. White Tiger is deemed a cop killer. So that's like what they're saying. Like that's how it's all going to play out, I guess.
Right. Yeah. So. I mean, they had Hector Ayala come show up in the Netflix series, and he ends up being an ally and somebody who helps train Daredevil outside of Styx. So I mean, like it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of like how they bring about that relationship.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see Elektra again. But then also I don't want to see Elektra again. I don't know. I'm very like 50-50 on this. I'm like, oh, some days I'm like, no, I want to see this. And then some days I'm like, nah, I don't really care about that. I want to see this. So,
I mean, you at some point you do need Elektra Nachos to be inside of it. She's a mainstay character for Daredevil. I don't necessarily want to see her kind of like super prominent. I like the way they did her in Netflix, where like, you know, she was kind of like a side character and prominent role in the second season. So I mean, like, you know, I want to see if they're gonna bring in Elektra, I'd rather her be like kind of how she was in Netflix did it so well in the way that they introduced the characters. They didn't give you too much of one character too much. You focus a lot more on Matt and Foggy's relationship and everything like that. So I kind of want to see more of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that. I think it just depends on what their jumping on point is versus like, I mean, if their jumping on point is to just keep the Netflix series going, then I could absolutely see them doing that. But if they're going to Disney-fy it and make it more Disney-like, then it's going to be more, I don't know. I just think that they'll go over the top with some of it. So, but I don't care. I'll be watching it because Charlie Cox is in it, and so is Vincent D'Onofrio, and I like me those guys.
Cindy Roo. What up, Cindy?
Hi, Cindy. So, all right.
So
What do we got next?
are your guys tacos on the table for this?
Yes.
All right.
We're all like, yep. Let's move on.
Moving on.
Yeah, we're 2 hours in and we're still not to the download. So
let's go.
Galactus.
all right.
That's Galactus, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So another rumor has surfaced regarding Marvel's Fantastic Four reboot. Most of the rumors have revolved around casting for the movie, but this latest report is in regard to the villain, Galactus. In the comics, Galactus has had several heralds, and these are individuals who are servants of the Devourer of Worlds. They scavenge the universe for desirable planets for their master to consume, and they signal his coming. These heralds are bestowed with a fraction of Galactus's cosmic power. According to Hollywood Insider MTTSH, not only will Galactus be in the Fantastic Four, but he will have a female herald in the movie. Fantastic Four arrives in theaters on February 14th, 2025.
Yay.
My tacos are 100% on the table.
Mine are too.
I see it.
I feel like Feige wants to fix the disaster that was the first version of Galactus. And I mean, especially with Marvel having Celestials being a thing in Marvel already. They've already established that Celestials are a thing. You can make Galactus the size that he is.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be Silver Surfer. I don't think they're going to be doing like a female Silver Surfer. He has had many heralds. I think they're going to either come up with a new character or it'll be somebody that's like a deep cut character in the comics, because they have mentioned that they want to do Silver Surfer as a standalone at some point.
Yeah, and him being that starting, like, he goes through so much before he becomes cool.
Yeah.
And so, and he did have a female one, and I cannot remember her name. I want to say it was binary, but it's not binary. It's I'm looking. Get back with me. I'll spout off here in a minute.
Okay. No worries.
About
No
it.
worries.
So,
Fours, what are your thoughts on the herald being a woman, but just in general getting Galactus?
Yeah, I see it. I absolutely see it. But I think it's going to be a minute before we see Galactus.
Frankie Ray, aka the female Nova.
Okay, I can see that, because if they decide not to go with Richard Rider, you know, because that's a guess that we're gonna have here in a minute. We're gonna talk about one of the other rumors that's popping up, but I mean, like, you know, if you have her or establish the mantle of Nova being something that is already established within the Nova Corps, and Richard Rider not being the first Nova.
I was thinking, what if they did reverse fridge? Like they fridged him. And made her Nova. Like he's already Nova. And we're just seeing him. And then he gets killed. And then she becomes Nova in honor of him.
Yeah. I mean, kind of the way that they did Marvel, you know? Like, where you already have these characters established and you just tell the backstory within the movie. So, I mean, that's fine. As much as I would love to see Richard Rider, because, I mean, he's an awesome fucking Nova. Having her and kind of telling that story. So it's the same thing that you did that they did with Ant-Man. You know, they started with the third Ant-Man and not the first one. So
they did. And they explained why why you had what's his name, Michael Douglas.
Yeah, I do love that Michael Douglas.
I'm like, I can't remember anybody's comic book name right now. Sorry.
Right. Hank Pym is still involved in the story. It's just not Hank. We never get to see Hank Pym as Ant-Man, except for like in a couple flashback scenes. But I was gonna say we see him in the outfit. That's what I'm saying. Like you get a couple flashback scenes of Hank Pym as Ant-Man, but you don't actually see Hank Pym as Ant-Man at any point.
Right. Yeah.
Like in a full-on story, right? You just have I can talk to ants.
Yeah.
You know, and you get his genius, but you know, it's because you kind of need that. You know, we need all I care about is at some point having a relationship between Hank Pym and Reed Richards, and then them being members of
the Illuminati.
Exactly, the Illuminati together.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I would love that if they did an Illuminati. But you know what we need to do before that is actually get the frickin' X-Men or X-Mutants or X whatever you're going to call them.
Let's bring mutants into the freaking universe.
Hey. Make mutants great again, okay?
Make mutants
Stay it with me. Mutants.
Mama.
They
Wait.
established, no, hold on, but they've established that mutants exist because they said it in at least 3 properties now. So
yeah,
we're going to get mutants. It's just a matter of when.
Do you think that they're going to talk about, everybody said their tacos are on the table, right? We already did that.
Yes.
Do you think they're going to talk about it in the Thor 5 movie that there's a rumor about that Daniel Rickman's going to do, but Taika Waititi's not going to do it? And so, girlfriend, we need to talk about it.
Yeah, my tacos are on the table. I think that Disney is going to pivot away from Taika Waititi on the next Thor movie because, yes, he did the last 2, but they weren't satisfied with Thor 4 with Love and Thunder. I know.
I don't know why, because I loved it.
It's a terrible movie.
No, a lot of people don't like that they lean so much on the humor and not so much on every other aspect that's going on that. Again, I did not completely hate the movie. You know, there are a lot of aspects and lore that are in it. It's not as bad as Thor: The Dark World. As much as there's a lot of context to the Dark World that makes it better now, still feel like Love and Thunder was still an overall better movie.
Yeah. No, I do too. I mean, there were problems with Thor 4, and you could definitely tell that Taika Waititi was really thinking about Our Flag Means Death because there are a lot of pirate references in that movie. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, no, I thought it was pretty good. I'm okay with them doing another director. I don't think Thor needs one director for his whole arc. Whereas like I really feel like the Ant-Man probably, I don't even think Ant-Man really needed.
I think Thor went too it went too Kirby for Disney to continue with, Yeah, I think he leaned too much into Jack Kirby, and a lot of people just were put off to it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think so too. But I want to see a 5. I want to see another one. I do love the Thor movies. I think they've been really fun. So, yeah, I absolutely would do that and put tacos on the table for that. I would eat tacos with Chris Hemsworth, and not in a sexual way, because I don't look at him that way. I think of him as like a little like brother, and that's how it goes. Chris Evans, totally tacos off his abs, but not Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, I mean, my tacos are on the table. I feel like they are going to pivot away from Taika Waititi. I think they're probably going to kind of tighten the reins on the wacky Jack Kirby shit.
Wacky
Jackie, and start leaning more into more of like the mythological Thor stuff and kind of trying to find a balance between the first 2 movies and the second 2 movies. Where like the first 2 movies were very much like, mythology heavy. The second 2 movies were very weird Jack Kirby, stuff.
Well, I mean, you could kind of say that in the first movie, the way that Asgard looks is very Kirby-esque. But an updated Kirby. But yeah, I could see that. Yeah, they definitely need to. I'd love to see them do more like Straczynski. When he did Thor, I thought he did a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
But then that ties into Loki, and we're talking about that later. So let's move on. We have Deadpool news, and I feel like Phil needs to do this one.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Let me go ahead and...
No, wait, I'm kidding. I'm doing it. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No,
I want to do it.
A new report has surfaced regarding possible story details for Marvel's Deadpool 3, and they involve the story arc for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman?
Huge Jackman. Huge.
Yes.
Huge. All right, we've already seen set photos from the Marvel movies, from the Marvel movie that have suggested that Deadpool and Wolverine find themselves in the void, and there have been rumors that Deadpool 3 will involve the TVA from the Loki series, and it will mark their first appearance outside of Loki. As for the new details, according to Hollywood insider MTTSH, Deadpool 3 is about the TVA picking up the prime versions of each hero to create a multiversal army to fight the Kangs. And they picked Hugh Jackman's Wolverine to recruit, but he's not fully on board. This is what the movie is about. I can see this being 100% where they go with this.
Yep. I think this is exactly what's happening. No need to see the movie now.
I need to see the movie because you're not going to get the entire wadeness of it without watching it.
I feel like Ryan Reynolds has like really inserted himself into my life, and I don't know if I'm comfortable with that right now. So,
Is it because of Wrexham? It's because of Wrexham, right? Is it Wrexham? It's because of Wrexham.
I don't want to talk about it. No, my tacos are on the table. My tacos, my burritos, my chimichangas,
All of the pancakes,
all of it.
the pizza, all of it, everything that Wade likes to eat. Cindy, the rumor has it we're going to be getting a Gambit in this movie as well. So
I hope they do like a nod to Channing Tatum.
supposedly Channing Tatum was supposed to play Gambit in this.
That would be amazing because he was in Free Guy
Mhm.
with Ryan, and they had really good chemistry in that.
Yeah.
I think they did.
Supposedly because they're supposed to be doing multiversal versions, because Channing Tatum's character Gambit was a thought at some point. Then the argument is that because there was a thought, Channing Tatum's Gambit was a thought, that in some universe it exists, and that's why they want to do a nod to Channing Tatum being Gambit.
I think it'd be great. I can't wait until the end of the movie and everything's exploded, and coming out of the ashes, we see our ex-mutants.
Yes.
With Daredevil putting himself out because he's still on fire. I mean, Deadpool.
Right.
Not Daredevil. We were talking about Daredevil earlier.
Now let's talk tacos on the table, and then I'm going to kind of insert something that just came out today right before the show went on the air that is kind of in regard to this. So
I saw it too.
Yeah. Kind of a
I already said what mine was.
your tacos are on the table.
Tacos, burritos, chimichangas, like all of it.
Fours are your tacos on the table.
They are now in regards to earlier today. Yes.
Yeah. My tacos are also on the table. I mean, it's very much they're doing Deadpool kills, and if they're doing like the TVA giving him like prime and everything like that, I at some point I just want to see Deadpool kill evil Deadpool, and it's going to be great.
That'll be awesome.
I just wish they would take those sleeves off of Wolverine. He never had yellow sleeves. Take the sleeves off of him. That's driving me nuts.
He does look really uncomfortable in that outfit.
No, the outfit's awesome. Just take the sleeves away.
I wonder if at some point he's like, God, this is uncomfortable, and he rips the sleeves off.
Probably.
Oh, that would be
great.
the coolest
Yeah.
thing ever.
Right.
That's probably what they're going to do, because that sounds like something that Hugh Jackman would do too. So,
Right. So in regard to all of this, so we all know that Deadpool 3 is going to be the first rated R Deadpool movie, the first rated R MCU movie. Right before the show went on air, they announced that Blade 3 has a director. I'm sorry, Blade, the new Blade movie, has a director.
I was going to say Blade 3 did have a director. It came out a while ago.
I'm sorry. The new Blade movie now has a director. They now have a writing staff. They're through the majority of the script for everything, and it is now officially going to be rated R.
Oh, and they're talking about taking Mahershala Ali out of cryogenesis so that he can do the movie now. So
Right. Mahershala Ali apparently went batshit on Twitter when they announced it, because he said he was saying something about how he didn't like the idea of it not being rated R and giving homage to the first movies.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
No,
Wesley Snipes sips his tea and chuckles.
Yeah. And then they also came out and talked about what the original scripts were.
Mhm.
And they did not sound interesting at all. I guess
Okay.
apparently Mahershala Ali did not like the original scripts. The original scripts for everything that they were doing, basically it was going to be a villain of the week kind of thing.
Oh,
And Blade was going to be a side character in his own show, and they were going to focus on female-driven characters.
Oh, like
That's-
Masters of the Universe. Got it.
silly.
And you know, the whole thing was, you know, that's why when you hear about like a lot of people, the people who were involved did not like the direction it was going in, is because they were saying, why would you make Blade a side character in his own series, which now is going to be a movie? But I mean, like, you know, at the time it was a series, and they were saying like they didn't like where it was going. So
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm glad it's a movie. I think it's better as a movie. It's actually one of the characters that I'm like, no, it needs to be a movie. It needs to be a complete story,
Right.
and you watch it in one sitting. And yeah, so I think it's great, and I really love that he's going to be Blade. And I'll just conveniently forget that he's already been in an MCU property where he played the bad guy.
yeah, he played Cottonmouth.
Yep.
So with that being said, Forge, you want to take us into the next story?
Marvel Studios is reportedly looking at bringing back the original Avengers stars for another movie, and there's apparently been active talk about making this happen. The report comes from Variety, which said, with Iger publicly acknowledging the downside of a Marvel TV that diluted focus and attention, the keepers of the comic book empire are considering some dramatic moves. Sources say that there have been talks to bring back the original gang for an Avengers movie.
With the multiverse, that is 100% a thing that they can do. I see it being a pivot, because the way that things are going right now, people aren't happy. Disney's realizing that with some of the plans that they had and a lot of the things that got shaken up in the middle of everything, plus the writer's strike, plus the SAG strike and everything like that, so much has had to change with what they had planned on everything, that their original plan is not going to work out. And it's kind of like killing off the characters that everybody loves also was not the greatest idea to go with. So I see them doing this to try and save face. So my tacos are on the table, guys.
My
Okay.
tacos are not on the table for this.
Really? You don't think that they're going to bring back the original Avengers?
No, because corporate heads are not in the mood for paying money right now. And this runs really deep. And I just no, I don't see it. I can see a Robert Downey Jr. cameo at some point, but I do not see. I don't see the gang back together in its entirety, especially after the bad blood these past couple of years. I just, if you combine that with the fact that corporate heads just don't want to pay at all, nah, I don't see it. I really don't.
I can see that. Oh God, who let this guy on the show?
What is
Where
happening?
the hell have you been?
We're here to nerd together. Daylight savings threw me off. So.
Hey, don't worry, James. The show is slated to run 4 hours tonight, so you're fine.
So we got it
I'm
within
just a
time.
couple minutes late.
Yeah.
So let's
Yes, that's
recap. Give me a recap. Give me a recap.
No,
No, we're not
No.
recapping right now. Just
Okay.
continue
No.
going on where we're at.
Okay.
Recap: we have derailed 146 times so far.
Oh. Great.
look, I stayed
Like
within
every
the
other show.
same universe that we were talking about. I feel like I should get some credit for that.
Okay, so James, this is where we're at right now. We're talking about Marvel bringing back the original Avengers cast. Do you think, tacos on the table, do you think that Marvel is bringing back the original cast.
Here's the thing. It's going to be a money grab. It's the deep Hail Mary pass by Disney and Marvel to bring back, who was it? Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans. That's huge amounts of money to bring any of them back or all of them back,
Right.
But they're not going to get Scarlet back.
Well, Scarlett's working with Disney now. I mean, she sued. They settled out of court, so she's happy.
She's working on like 2 projects for Disney.
Yeah,
right?
she's executive producing some stuff. So she may be like, all right, I'll take that paycheck. So tacos are on the table. They'll find a way. They'll find a way to make them. There's too much invested in Marvel, in the Avengers, in these specific characters for it to, not go on. Like they have to. Jamie Renner.
I'm still here.
Okay, Frey, tacos on the table. Do you think that that they're going to bring back the Avengers?
Well, thank you for asking, Philip. I appreciate that. Thank you for having me on as well. I'm happy to be here. Let me give you my take on this topic.
Yeah.
I believe that they had always been planning on bringing Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Scarlett Johansson back. And that's why they are that's like a part of the Secret Wars. We're going to see several different versions of them. Hopefully they'll get Tom Cruise to come and do like a cameo at some point of his Robert Downey or his Iron Man. Maybe we'll see Emily Blunt because she was actually going to be Black Widow prior to Scarlett Johansson being it. But I think that they are going to bring these characters back and had planned that all along so that they can pass the mantle on to the next generation and do a soft reboot. Because everything has gotten a little diluted in the pool, in the maker pool, and they need to change that poison. I've been listening to Dune, so it's what I'm talking about now. And so that's what I think about that. So I feel like I can't put my tacos on the table because I already assumed this was going to happen, being the comic book fan that I am, and knowing that no one really ever dies in any comic book universe, or Doctor Who apparently, but whatever.
I agree 100% with what you're saying. Is that Secret Wars is the chance to bring all these characters back
and reboot. They're going to reboot,
right?
And that's So they'll keep what they want and they'll get rid of the rest.
Right.
Cool. I like it.
All right. So moving on to the next story here.
I'll do it. Thanks.
James, the next one?
No, I think I want to do this one.
Oh, Frey.
This is a female-led story.
There's 2 of them. I just got here. So.
And well, which one's better? Is there one about the flirkin?
Let's do this. Frey, you do the next 2. James, you start on the download.
Did I just make gun sounds on a podcast?
You did.
You did. Okay.
All
right.
Frey, go for it.
All right. A new report has surfaced regarding one of the post-credit scenes in Marvel's The Marvels. That's not confusing. It's rumored that the film will feature a major cameo, but the identity of the character hasn't been revealed. It's just being teased by a couple of Hollywood insiders. Those sassy, saucy insiders. Hollywood insider Daniel Rickman teased someone who was the perfect casting for a certain role and never got his chance to do justice with it because they wasted him on a shitty movie is coming back. That's all I'm gonna say.
Is it Reed Richards?
Coming back and a crappy movie. So that makes me think it's something before the MCU. Like it could be Fantastic Four, or it could be the Hulk stuff.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like
I think it's Reed Richards, man.
I don't think that was a crappy movie though. I mean, is this the scale of MCU crappy, or is this like crappy movie? Because those are 2 different scales.
You can do Fox Reed Richards.
Well,
Yeah, you could-
what
yeah.
is Daniel Reichman like? What did he go on record saying any one particular movie was like really shitty? Because just find that movie that he made that comment about, and we could
You
probably figure it
know,
out.
Krasinski being Reed Richards, though, that actually has it. But I like somebody was telling me, and was it James? Was it you or was it you, Phil?
Yes.
That it wasn't you. It was you. Okay. About Maria Rambo.
Yeah,
No.
that was me at the beginning of the
Oh,
show.
that was you. Okay, Phil. Yeah,
I'll
we
take
were talking
credit.
about it early. Yeah. Well, I've talked to James about some stuff too. So just because you guys don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't
Mhm,
happen.
mhm.
All right. But no, I like that. Maria Rambo from 838 being their Captain Marvel coming in to seeing her daughter, if that's the only like part that we see, and then suddenly she's, brought, taken back or
Mhm.
whatever, and then that's all she sees, we could have a potential other Scarlet Witch in reverse. Like she's looking for her mom, not her kids, but she gonna go. And so like there we go. There we go. And then she finds out that she's actually that her mom in 838 had sex with King and she's actually King's daughter. And then oh my God.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. That last part, I don't know. I was
Fine, that could be a thing.
I was
rumors.
like, I just was like going off and it just came out of my mouth. Yay, predictions.
I'm just trying to think of like what would be considered crappy, like bottom of the barrel MCU or before MCU. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Oh God.
I thought that was Sony.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
own
but
the
I'm just thinking-
characters now though, so they could
No,
still
that's
use
Fox. That was
it. Fox, yeah.
and they have been talking about possibly, multiple movies talking about bringing in different versions of the X-Men characters. Like supposedly in Deadpool 3, we're supposed to be getting Beast. We're supposed to be getting Kelsey Grammer's Beast.
Ooh.
It could be. And it does say, and they did quote him as saying, never got his chance to do justice with it.
Yeah.
Because they wasted him on a shitty movie is
Right.
bad.
So imagine it being, if we're going to talk.
What if it's somebody from Ant-Man,
I was just thinking that.
the third one?
I'm still sticking to my guns with my earlier predictions on other shows that the cameo that's going to be in the Marvels, it's going to be Jonathan Majors, and we will see the rise of Kamala Kang.
Okay.
All
I mean,
That's my prediction. I think we're going to get a scene with Majors, and we're going to get Kamala Kang, which will introduce another variant. I'm not getting off this Kang train. I'm just not.
Okay.
Kang Trang.
Kang Trang.
Train.
Kang Trang.
I think Thor's tacos are on the table.
Yeah, I agree that his tacos are on the table.
It's going to be Caesar the Harry Smeagol and the Kang train.
Frey, where are your tacos?
On the table.
On the table. Young Phil,
My
how are we
tacos
doing
are
on those tacos?
My tacos are on the table. I feel like, again, I like the idea of it being Maria Rambo showing up and things like that. But if they're talking about a male, again, Kelsey Grammer's Beast.
Yeah.
Great.
What if they think Captain Marvel is a shitty movie and it's Jude Law
Wow.
and he turns out to be freaking
Shots fired.
like Quasar binary? Or
Well,
something.
because it would make sense to bring back Jan-Rog because, Jan-Rog, he has a very contentious kind of relationship in the comics. So I mean, like, it'd be kind of cool to see Jan-Rog come back.
Yeah.
I think we should pay very close attention to Loki on Thursday to see if this is going to tie into this movie on Friday.
Right.
I think I've been circling that thought for many days now.
Right.
Ever since I stopped watching Loki last week, I was like, I'm wondering if half the reason that they moved the Marvels back is because something's coming in Loki that's going to take place. It's going to resolve itself or continue in the Marvels.
Like what they did with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and was that Civil War? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because no, was it? I think it was Winter Soldier. Was it?
Winter
It was when
Soldier.
Triskelion. The
Yes,
Triskelion.
yes.
Yeah. All right. So I have more the Marvels news.
Yeah. Bring it on.
And okay, so some details they have emerged regarding the Marvels that teases the big and exciting cameo appearance. All right, so in the press notes, they have confirmed the appearance of at least one X-Men character. It better be Rogue. Confirmation of this supposed cameo comes from a list of the movie's credits. Those credits confirm that the musical scores for X2, X-Men United, and X-Men Days of Future Past will be used in the Marvels.
Interesting.
It's gonna
What if it's...
Oh, it's gonna be Beast because he was in both of those movies. He wasn't in the first one. He was in those two.
Yeah, but also Kitty Pryde was in both of those.
That's true. I mean, it could be Kitty Pryde as well.
Because Kitty Pryde's a guy now, so.
And so was Rogue.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rogue was in both of those too. She's been in like all of them.
But Rogue's not a guy.
Does it have to be a guy?
Yeah. No, I don't know. It could be. I want Rogue.
Cyclops.
Fuck you. All right.
Just to make Force happy, it's gonna be Cyclops.
Please let it be Cyclops.
We're doing this movie for an audience of one. And that one is Force.
Hold on. What if
All
it's
right.
Jackman? What if Jackman is the one that shows up?
It probably. I mean, I'm not gonna count that out.
He's not in a shitty movie though.
He's in all the shitty movies. He's a good actor in a bunch of shitty movies.
He wasn't in Dark Phoenix. Come on.
God.
All right. So obviously we're going to be talking about this. I'm going to go see the Marvels on Thursday.
I thought it comes out Friday.
It does, but I can see it on Thursdays.
Early are on Thursdays.
Neat.
I'm going to see it on Thursday before I watch Loki.
Ooh.
Nice.
I hope it doesn't spoil Loki's season ending.
I
for
hope
you.
it doesn't either, but if it does, I'll never tell.
She's
All right.
going to be watching the Marvels while we're doing a show.
That's right. And you know what I'm going to do? I may actually put it up in there because I actually have pretty good reception, and just so I can be, listening to you guys, and then randomly just be like, "Oh my god!"
So rude.
Just at
That would
random
be
intervals,
funny.
just so you guys go, "God damn it, she's watching the movie." Anyway,
That's how they bring in Mephisto.
be like, "Oh my goodness, I didn't expect the Brood." Just all
Exactly.
sorts of random.
They
crap.
did the Brood without the X-Men?
Yeah.
What the F? All right.
Hey, look, Mojo.
Right?
Oh God! If they did, if you just see Mojo scuttle onto the screen, is that's he scuttles? If you
Yeah.
just see him scuttle
Yeah.
onto the screen with his like
Mhm.
big green nasty
Skitter.
box and-
It's more of a yellow. His skin's yellowed because he never goes outside.
yeah. But his spider legs and yes, oh God, I would love to see Mojo pop up on screen and you just get we get more Mojo World because again we got Shatterstar and that
Yeah.
Shatterstar being that
Confirms.
being that they said that the Deadpool movies are canon as is,
Mm-hmm.
Shatterstar is canon, and
Yep.
he is and he confirmed that Mojo World exists.
Well, yeah, and he's the son of Longshot and Dazzler, so they have to exist if he's.
And we know that Dazzler's coming in because Taylor Swift is playing Dazzler.
No, she's not. She's playing herself.
And then we will all see a big, beautiful beard appear in our minds
Yes.
and scream for joy.
So, okay, in the spot, a caption fades in saying, "Be here for what comes next." And when the word next fades away, the X lingered on the screen a little longer as Nick Fury, Samuel M.F. Jackson, can be heard stating, "They're here."
About freaking time.
No, and he's gonna say, "They're here, motherfucker."
No, my favorite line in that trailer, the new one, is "Black Girl Magic."
Yeah.
So
That is funny.
that's
Here's
my
Black Girl
favorite.
magic.
Yeah.
I love that Darren's in the chat right now. Hey, hold on. When did James show up?
I've been here the whole time, Darren.
The entire show. He's been here the
Yeah.
whole show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time because that is the end for the end of the rumors here, the rumor roundup.
Oh my god.
It is
2.5 hours
We're
in.
rumor roundup. Let me get my lasso. I have one.
It is now time for the download. Now, the reason I did it this way is because we have new funness on the screen.
Not now.
Yeah.
Y'all be sure to check out the Distance Nerdington post for more news, all the trailers, reactions, and let us know what you are nerding out on this week.
Did the graphics department get a raise? Because
Straight upgraded, right? Look at this shit. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I know that is straight out of MTV 1987.
That is max headroom all the way.
Mhm.
I gotta check my 401k. I don't think I got a raise, but I'm just saying. All right. Even though officials with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers say they've given their last, best, and final offer to the negotiations with the SAG-AFTRA, the two sides appear to be heading back to the negotiation tables this week. In one new trade report, it said the two sides are hoping to speak virtually as they look to strike a deal. The studio reportedly sent the guild its final offer on November 3rd, which was quickly countered by SAG-AFTRA. So basically, they're still negotiating.
Yeah.
We haven't heard anything back, whether it's been accepted or not accepted. The one good thing is that Deadline reports that the studio offer included the highest pay raise for actors in 40 years, in addition to both a 100% increase in performance compensation on streaming series and full AI protection. Interesting. All right. It's getting closer. I like this. It's getting closer. Like, we don't have to worry about AI anymore, or the actors don't really.
I don't know, because the statement that SAG put out was that they still don't have the protections.
The
of
agreement.
AI.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And this, and my God, okay, I've waited all night for this because this is where Fours gets preachy. My turn.
Get it.
I have been following this for weeks now, and this goes so far beyond just simple agreements, AI. This is straight up, we don't want to pay, end quote. That's why we're having so many problems. All this stuff's getting pushed back. We're getting put back on the week-to-week formula, which means we can't binge shows anymore. Not that I'm saying it's a bad thing. Sometimes it's great to binge stuff. But again, we're having all these issues because you've got this incredible corporate greed happening. And and we're starting to get to the point where it is so blatant that it's like, for those who like, it's almost like, if you don't want to do the job for the money that we're paying you, we will find someone who will do it for a 10th, which is truth, especially when it comes to AI protection. The AI, I've been speaking with some folks regarding the thing I mentioned in the beginning of the show. And there are people who are terrified by this whole AI concept. AI can be used for great things, fantastic things. If you want to think about things like de-aging Luke Skywalker properly, and then programming that, you want to make Robert Downey Jr. young again, like all these things, like this can all be programmed into AI. It can be, you can program AI to deep fake. You could do a lot of really cool stuff with this thing. But now that we've already seen it at work, and we've seen how fantastic it's been, especially with the proper Darth Vader voice in Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, James Earl Jones did not deliver that performance.
Right.
That was Vader from Empire's voice. And that's AI that did it. So yeah, this has actors scared. This has voice actors scared. This has a lot of people scared. And if there's no protections, then let's take this a step further. If there's no AI protections, that means these people can't even go on and do a podcast. They can't do their own YouTube channels. They can't go on TikTok. They can't do anything because once it's on the internet, once your voice is on the internet, once your appearance is on the internet, boom, you could be deepfaked.
Right.
And now we're talking about artificial deepfaking. So this is that subject on top of the fact that you've got corporate heads making literal billions. And they can just as quickly find a lookalike, find a sound alike, and rather than pay them that $1 million contract, they'll pay somebody who's up and coming, who's got their, auditions all over voice123.com, a tenth, a fifth, and they will happily take it. And the reason they will happily take it is because they're sick and tired of making $12 an hour where they currently have been for years.
You know what's scary is this is literally, they predicted this in The Running Man.
Mm-hmm.
There is a scene in The Running Man where they basically use AI to recreate Arnold Schwarzenegger to make it to have him, perform something that didn't happen, to make it seem like he was dead.
So there's a flip to this.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's good and it's bad. So people who want to try to make it have a better chance now. People who have been living paycheck to paycheck their whole lives, who actually have some talent. They've been told they have talent. They've never been able to get out and try to put themselves out there in front of, say, like a casting director or an agency or anything like that. They can get out there and do it because, let's be honest, 5 figures, that's not peanuts. It might be peanuts to some people on the internet. It might be peanuts to corporate heads, but to the average working Joe or Joanne, that's not peanuts. That's good money. I would happily, and boy, do I mean happily, accept $50,000-$60,000 a year to be in major projects when the guy next to me is making $1 million. I don't care, because I've never seen that kind of money in my life. And these corporate heads, they know that, and they are more than willing to pay somebody who's never seen a lot of money a little bit more to get that performance out of them. Everybody's replaceable in the corporate world. Everybody is replaceable. And it's sad. It makes me sad. But also, you get a lot of people out there. Maybe this has been their dream in their life. Maybe their dream is going to come true. And while they may not become millionaires, their lives are going to be a little bit sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Forrest's 2 cents.
Well, hopefully they'll come to some kind of resolution soon on this. It's been 116 days.
It's crazy.
On strike. I think it's actually more than that now that I'm thinking about it.
Bro,
Yeah.
I honestly believe the resolution is we are going to see a slew of brand new talent, but very underpaid, low paid in comparison to current and former actors.
The thing I have with this, though, is with everything that's going on, I don't think that people are going to scab if they know that even if it's like, okay, I can go and scab and go and start doing and acting for more money than I'm currently making right now. But the thing is that, you go and be a non-union actor, but it's like, if you go and do that, you're potentially putting yourself under and not making the potential of what you should be making.
Well, that's the thing. They're trying to eliminate that potential. They're trying to do away with it they're trying to normalize these lower rates by offering people who they believe don't have a great life a slightly better life, as opposed to the millions and millions and millions of dollars of people who have a great life.
But that's the thing, is that most people are and this is where I think that doesn't work out, is because the majority of people in America are tired of being underpaid and underappreciated, and they're not people are tired of settling, and it's starting to become a big movement in this country right now. So I mean,
I agree.
I think the film industry, as much as they want to sit here and say we're not going to pay people for stuff, and you know, let's normalize underpaying people, I don't think it's going to work out the way that they think it's going to work out. I mean, I think honestly, people are hip to it at this point and are like, no, I'm not going to work unless I get what I'm worth, you know?
Yeah, and this is where I'm really kind of afraid that we're going to see the demise of the quote unquote industry standard rate.
Yeah.
I think we're going to start seeing a bidding system. I really do. I think they're going to start looking for
Not while we have a union.
Exactly.
True.
The unions, the whole point of the union is to make sure that stuff like that doesn't happen, and that the industry can't go and do stuff like that. The industry at this point is like these rich people, as much as what they're trying to do is starve the actors out so they can get what they want. The thing is that the actors are more resilient than they think that they are. On top of that, you know, the SAG, it has a whole fund that people are helping with, you know, like you have people like Dwayne Johnson that are
George Clooney.
Clooney, another good one, like the George Clooney, Dwayne Johnson, a lot of people who are more well off that are putting money into this fund so that everyday working actors can get their bills paid. And the thing is like, you know, you're getting a lot of solidarity that the executives in the film industry it's backfiring on them, and they think that they're gonna hold their resolve, but they're gonna have to cave if they want to continue making millions of dollars the way they are.
The last time there was a huge SAG-AFTRA strike, several movie studios went under because of it. So the power of the actor is much higher than the power of the studios. And for the studios to put out something saying this is our final offer shows how weak their position is. The AMPTP, I guess. Yeah. And so I feel like that they're going to continue to negotiate, and that the AI stipulation will be agreed to, because I don't think that the corporations have a leg to stand on, because they have to sell their products, and they can't sell their products if they can't sell movies.
Right. I think, again, the AMPTP, they're going to fail in every aspect, because they think that they're not going to, like, they think that they can do this without the actors, the same way they think that they can do this without the writers, the same way they think they can do this on their own, not realizing that they're not the ones that are making the projects that make them money.
Yeah.
You know? And then the whole thing is it takes them holding out, thinking that they have more resolve, realizing that they're losing too much money for them to say, okay, you know what, let's pay people what just to get the work back. Let's pay people what they're worth, because they're not losing anything. They're not making as much money, but they're still making. When David Zaslav can go and buy a $60 million home, like a third $60 million home, he's not in any position where he can't afford something.
Yeah, and it puts him in a weak position.
It does. Go sell one of your $10 million yachts. You know, kiss my ass, dude. Seriously, like these, not you, but I mean, like these AMPTP corporate heads that make so much money that they could, a single one of their paychecks could fund this entire thing, like entire a year's worth of every actor in SAG.
Yep.
It's BS, and they're going to cave, because the actors deserve to get what they are worth, because without them, these assholes don't make any money at all as it is.
Absolutely. I
They
think
will
we're all
realize.
agreed on that, and
Yeah.
that corporations are bad and shouldn't be considered people, and that the SAG-AFTRA needs to continue working and being as strong as they are because they are the voice of America right now.
Right.
And let's move on to
We need to
Hunger
move on
Games.
because we have been talking too much on this.
Yeah.
Hunger Games volunteers as tribute. The cast of the upcoming Hunger Games prequel will now get to promote their film amid the still ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike that we just talked about. On Monday, it was confirmed that the Lionsgate has secured a SAG-AFTRA interim agreement for the Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
That movie needs as much good press as it can get.
It
Yeah.
needs less syllables. That's what it needs. This means that if the strike is still going as of the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, November 17th release date gets closer, the ensemble cast of the film will be able to publicly discuss the film and their involvement as they choose. So it's up to them.
Right.
So that's kind of cool. So it's still up to the actors whether they want to promote it or not. So kind of cool. So this comes as talks to end the strike have been continuing between SAG-AFTRA and AMPTP, which Lionsgate is not a member of. I didn't realize that, but that's a big time.
Aren't they a British company? Isn't Lionsgate like I thought they were more European or British, and that might be why. So.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was because they were more on the indie side.
Yeah, indie films.
Yeah.
Interim agreements have been handed out by the union here and there across the past few months, both for independent narrative films, like studios like A24, and for wholly independent movies and television shows, such as Taylor Swift: The Eras Tour.
Yeah.
There you
Where
go.
my Swifties at, y'all?
Make that money.
She's in bed.
La Yak is a Swiftie. She is a very, very proud Swiftie.
We're all
my daughter, she's a major Swiftie who is currently trying so hard to convert my father into being a Swiftie.
Look, that is a weird niche that has been popping up lately, is the grandparents and the grandchildren loving Taylor Swift, and it's fantastic and I love it. And I'm not really like I respect the heck out of her. I think she is a young woman who has a good head on her shoulders, and that she really knows what she's doing, and she has the right people, and she's not afraid to stand up to her parents. I just think that yes. And I know I sound like a really old woman right now, and that's okay. But yeah, no, I mean, so I can get down with the Swifties. I will, if somebody wants to pay to have me go see Taylor Swift in concert, I would absolutely do that. They want me to go hang out with her in Europe? Absolutely. Just tell me when. Yeah.
Honestly, these past 3 years have been the ultimate karma slap for Kanye. I'm just gonna put that out there. This is her success, her absolute dude. She is on world dominating music level right now.
Absolutely.
And that's her revenge to what he did to her on stage 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't think she even remembers it. I don't think she cares.
I think she thinks about it every day.
I don't think she does.
And she laughs her way to the bank with it.
Now we got bad blood.
What's funny about that is the Eras Tour movie that she put out is it's massively successful, and who is following suit and doing the same thing?
Beyonce.
Go figure.
I didn't know that was a guess. Yay, it was right.
It is Beyonce. Beyonce just announced that she's filming she filmed a film that of her last tour, and she's putting it together and basically doing the same thing that Taylor Swift did.
Parallel thinking, everybody.
Okay, Bay. That's all good. All right. Time.
Hey, I am Bay all day.
Time. You ready for the next one?
No.
Oh, this
Ooh,
one's
can I do this one?
Please do.
No.
Yeah.
No,
This-
too
this
soon.
hurt me personally because he's actually my favorite character, like in that whole show. So, a tribute to Friends star Matthew Perry, who passed away at 54. Very, very sad. Matthew Perry, the actor best known for playing Chandler Bing on the hit NBC sitcom Friends, recently passed away at the age of 54. Perry was found dead in a hot tub at his Los Angeles home. Law enforcement sources told the Los Angeles Times that they found him unresponsive around 4 p.m. and there were no signs of foul play or drugs on the scene. Some of the other projects he was in, The West Wing, Studio 60, On the Sunset Strip, Whole 9 Yards, and more. Since overcoming his addictions to prescription drugs and alcohol, the Friends actor made it his mission to share his struggles with the hope that they would encourage the benefits of sobriety. Matthew Perry will be so missed, but his legacy will continue to bring joy, laughter, and inspiration to all.
Oh, so sad, man.
Yeah.
That hurt. That really hurt.
And so unexpected. Like you wouldn't think Matthew Perry, right?
Yeah.
Like that was the last thing that would pop up if I heard Matthew Perry was on the news.
Right, and especially with being, I mean, he was still pretty young. 54 is not really old.
Yeah, I'm like just a little over 10 years from being that age myself, and I'm like, that's pretty freaking young.
Yeah, I mean, he was still pretty young. Yeah, and it's sad to hear. I mean, he did go through a lot of struggles. He went through a lot. But I mean, it sucks, man, to hear Matthew Perry passed away. And I mean, we still don't know 100% what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen. Some people were like, did he have a heart attack? Did he slip and fall? It's
So
weird that
there
we
was
haven't heard
some-
anything more.
So there was some crazy posts online showing that like people have been collecting his tweets and his posts, and they're all Batman references.
Yeah. That was something that people noticed and were bringing up and saying like it's a little weird that he was doing these Batman references.
And I guess somebody had quoted like in one of his books, he had made mention that if he were to make reference to Batman, that means he's in need of help. And he posted several Batman references up until he passed away.
Yeah.
So, I
Sad.
mean, if that was his cry for help, then where was his help?
And I wonder, I mean, I wonder if there was somebody who was trying to help him, but it didn't show through, you know?
Yeah.
We don't know until if they ever release information on what happened. I'm
Mhm.
just going to believe that because of his overuse of drugs and alcohol, he put a lot of strain on his body. That can cause anyone to go into cardiac arrest. He was
Right.
in a hot tub when it happened, which also elevates your blood pressure.
Right.
So if he were having an undiagnosed heart condition and went into a hot tub, he absolutely could have had a heart attack. So we don't know what it is. He may have watched The Flash and just
Wow.
really was back into the Michael Keaton Batman, and that's why he was doing the Batman quotes. We don't know. We won't know, and we may never know. I think better to just look at his breadth of work, which I think is what he would appreciate more. Is that's how he's remembered. I loved him on West Wing. I thought it was really great on West Wing. Loved him as Chandler. Loved him on Studio 60 in the Sunset Strip. You know, I've seen all of those shows. I've seen all of those movies that he's been in. So I definitely, you know, I know he will be missed. He helped a lot of people, especially people our age, get through being a 20-something in a kind of a newer age. We went through a lot of things that our parents couldn't have even fathomed at that time. And I think that he was a bright light in that, and that, you know, he was loved by everyone that knew him. And so he had an impact on all of our lives. And I think, hey, what better way to remember him than to celebrate the impact that he had. So.
So sad. He will be missed. All right, let's keep it going.
Now let's talk about why the hell we're getting another Highlander.
John Wick franchise director Chad Stahelski has been developing a reboot of the classic fantasy action film Highlander, with Henry Cavill set to star. Deadline reported that Lionsgate is moving forward with the project as they brought it to the American film market. I guess that's a thing. We talked about like CinemaCon is that a thing? I guess American film market is a thing. So the report says for the first time, Lionsgate will be launching sales at the AFM on their long gestating fantasy reboot. Weird. We hear this will be a big budget proposition north of $100 million. Wow.
Wow.
I could do it for half that.
Yeah.
Is that right?
You're hired. You live in a right
I'm
to work
sorry.
state, even better.
I do, but no, you have to be part of the Directors Guild of America to do that, to direct it. And I'd probably have to be part of the, Producers
American
Guild.
film market?
Yeah. Yeah, and that too.
So check
and
it.
I need to raise the money. I guess I could start a Kickstarter.
I had to look it up. So the AFM is the premier film acquisition, development, and networking event where more than $1 billion in distribution and film financing deals are closed each year on completed films and those in every stage of development. I was like, what is this? It's just like all these, we talked about all these people that have all this money from the film industry. Yeah. This is where they are.
It's the convention.
Yeah,
it is a film purchasing convention. Yeah.
So we're getting the High Witcher, basically.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah.
We're getting Highlander. Highlander and The Witcher are two totally different things with totally different lores and totally different. And why do we need another? And I understand because the first few movies in the TV series were a little low budget and really done in Canada a lot. And I feel like they could really zhuzh this up a little. And so, let's do this with Henry Cavill. And you know what? I think we need to get another Scotsman to play the Spaniard.
God, that would be
David Tennant.
Oh God, that would be a good that would be a good nod to the original series, to the original movies and whatnot. What I would actually like is for it to be in the same universe and to have Henry Cavill be a
another Witcher
defendant.
No, not even that. Just being another immortal.
Yeah.
Oh well, no, because y'all are killing me here. There was only one at the end of the movie. At the end of the first movie, there was one left.
Alert! Spoiler, jeez.
That movie is older than a couple of you. But I'm just saying that, like, I get it. I was a huge Highlander fan, guys. I know I don't seem like it. Yeah. Well, the Queen got me into it.
I know, right?
That's how Queen was my gateway drug to a lot of these fandoms. Thank you very much, Queen. But Queen. Flash Gordon. Hello. All right. Yeah, so I'm okay with this. I totally want it to happen. I hope it got bought. I hope they do a really fantastic job. I hope it gets a 3-picture deal and that people stop bitching about Henry Cavill not being Superman.
Yeah.
Mwah.
You know what I like about this?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say that, like a huge company like Warner Brothers this is going to be like, oh, this is just another thing to make us money. Whereas like Lionsgate is like, we're putting all our chips in on a Highlander. Like, well, this has to work. So I'm kind of more like rooting for the underdog that is Lionsgate, even though they're super successful, So I'm kind of digging that they're taking an adventure into this like big name IP. So I'm especially with a big name like Henry Cavill. So I'm down. I like it.
It's an IP that I think needed a reboot or revitalization because it really is a combination. It's a science fiction, but it's also fantasy. It's got a little bit of everything. You got an immortals. You got these immortals fighting each other, and you got Henry Cavill, and he's going to take a
Scottish
shirt off
people playing Spanish people. It's great.
Yes, exactly. Scots playing Spaniards. You know, it's a thing. Go start with S.
I say we need the Scottish warrior to play the Spaniard. Let's get
Liam Neeson.
let's get Drew McIntyre to come in and play the Highland or to play the Spaniard.
Yeah, I like it.
Here's something.
Massive.
Have an Italian guy, but he's really Irish.
Yes.
Because you know it's the same thing. Scott, Spaniard, Ireland, Italy, like Italian, Ireland, you know, that kind of stuff. So I just say do that. And then we'll get Barry Keoghan and then he can stop playing Joker. And we're back, people.
Back to the Joker.
Oh, man.
You want to know who I think about every day? Not the Joker.
Zack Snyder?
Not the Joker.
No. No, actually, let's just have Christopher Lambert come back and play a Scott, you know?
No. He was That was the thing about that movie. The reason it worked is he didn't say much because he didn't understand English. And
Lambert's accent was atrocious while trying to play a Scotsman. It was so bad. But then you have the Scotsman playing the Spaniard. It was like, come on, man.
Hey, Christopher Lambert will always be my Raiden. I'm just going to put that out there.
But he knew English by then. He didn't know English in Highlander at all.
His accent was still bad. And even then, like, come on. So now Christopher Lambert made a career of being himself playing characters that were of a different race.
Yeah.
Because
kind of like Arnold in his early career.
Yeah, because Raiden's so I'm just like,
yeah, okay, we've beaten this dead horse. Let's go on to Rebel Moon.
I'm so excited for Rebel Moon.
These are the transitions you all come for.
I know, right? Zack Snyder is taking his world-building talents to an epic level with this Rebel Moon franchise. He's going all in on this thing and the 2 movies coming to Netflix. Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire, and Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver. Those are badass names.
Fire.
Yeah, fire.
Scargiver.
Fire.
Look, Beavis is trying to raise something.
Fire bad. Tree pretty.
You said moon.
He said
MOON. That spells moon.
Yeah, moon. Fire. Snyder has revealed that he's also developing a Rebel Moon animated series, an animated comic book, and a narrative podcast, which is all set before the events of the first film.
Jeez.
I know, it's so great.
That's a lot of hype.
It's just the beginning, though. Co-writer Kurt Johnstad explains that there is an 800-year timeline to work with as they play in this universe. Rebel Moon is orbiting for a limited theatrical release in the United States on December 15th, 2023, before it eclipses Netflix. On December 22nd, 2023. A sequel, Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver, is set to be released on April 19th, 2024. Thoughts?
April! I don't know what I'm doing.
You're so stupid.
Thoughts, guys? I mean, because the trailer is so dope on this. I love the idea of there being a podcast, of them doing comic books, of them doing just kind of building this lore. Because it's almost like Zack Snyder saying, "Oh, you're not going to let me do a Star Wars movie? All right, fuck off. I'm making my own universe, and I'm going to basically create my own sci-fi universe. And if this is successful, this may be the next giant franchise."
Yeah, I mean, I'm into this. I love how thought out it is. I hope it's not overkill and the movies just land, because we just need the movies to land. Like just land the movies, and then if the animated stuff is good and the comic books are good, that's just frosting on the cake.
Right.
That, just to help build that universe, like you said. So I'm into this. I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? December.
I think it's a lot to ingest, but I mean, it does sound fun and interesting. Like, I mean, I kind of want to, like, it's just crazy. Like, you gotta check out an animated series, an animated comic, and a podcast before even watching the first movie.
I don't think you have to. I think it's more so for the world building. So I think that it's more they're kind of fleshing out the world a little more and giving you extra content, but I don't think you have to go and do all of that. I think it's more of like, if you want to know more about the events leading up to the film, then you go do that. Like same thing with like when they rebooted Star Trek, there was like 3 comic books that were like companion books to it. And you don't have to go read those books to understand what's going on in Star Trek, but it does explain how what's his name? The villain from the first movie, Captain Nero. No, it wasn't Nemo. It was like Nero.
Nero.
Yeah. So like they explain how Nero gets the technology that he has, how he like why Spock is stranded on that planet and everything like that. Like they explain things.
Are you talking about Tom Hardy?
No.
Yeah, that was Nero. I was gonna say that was she got upset at you.
Apparently,
I think that was. I think that was. His name was Nero.
No, it was David Bana.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frey. It was David Bana that played Captain Nero.
Who played Captain Nero?
Eric Bana. Sorry, Eric Bana.
Oh, that guy. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
But so like yeah, it explains like why. So like their ship, the like the weird crazy ship that they had is actually like Borg technology.
That makes sense.
And they got a lot of that stuff that they had on that ship because they interacted with the Borg before going back in time. Like it's
crazy.
And
Borg.
And the comic book, it kind of like when you read this comic, it connects all of the Star Trek universe to that first movie.
Yeah, that's what it's supplementary. It's just supposed to enhance.
Right. So I think that's exactly. I think that's what they're doing with this. Is it's you go watch the movie and you're like, this is awesome. I wish I could go more into this world. And they're creating content for you to be able to explore this universe more.
All right. Speaking of expanding universes, or maybe
I
not.
haven't said anything yet.
Okay. Would you like to?
Sorry. What are your thoughts?
I think someone has imposter syndrome.
Well, yeah, he 100% does have imposter syndrome because, like again, Snyder didn't get his chance to make a Star Wars movie like he wanted to, so he's making his own universe.
Yeah, I hope he gets somebody else to write it.
Well, he probably has some. Yeah, co-writer Kurt Johnstad. Boom.
All right, good.
He's got peoples.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. And I think that he shouldn't have imposter syndrome versus George Lucas, because George Lucas can't write either. So let's move on.
All right, let's move on. Actually, Frey, do you want to take this one?
Sure. Let me go ahead and be the Chaos Queen for a second. All right. At the end of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, or like I say, Mom, the version of Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch, our very own Lizzie Olsen, that we came to know as the from in our MCU, had been killed off at Mount Wundagore. But some fans questioned if she really actually died. Well, a new book that Marvel came out with, and it says, yeah, she did. She died. It collapsed on her. Like, it went all like, she went, oh, and then it went right on her. And yeah, so that happened. And I'm really mad about it. And I don't think it's right, because we have been told things like this before in Marvel books and they've been wrong.
Yeah, I don't think that this is actually what's going on because she is still signed for 3 more movies.
Yeah. And I
Yes.
think she's going to show up in the Agatha TV show too.
Right. I think maybe this version of oh, you know what?
She could be the 838 version.
Well,
that
that's
we've
what I was
already
going to say
seen.
is we've already seen a variant of Wanda existing.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna like maybe this version of Wanda is dead, but we're gonna get a multiversal version of Wanda. I think whatever universe the X-Men come from, I think we're gonna get that version of Wanda. And
Well, yeah, because eventually it has to lead to House of M.
that's where I was going. Is I think that this is an excuse to have her come in the same universe because now you can retroactively make Wanda Magneto's daughter the way she's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then you can start doing House of M and all these storylines.
Oh yeah.
No.
No,
You
don't like that.
No, I don't like that. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because it negates freaking WandaVision. It just belittles that whole story to me because she loved them so much.
Yeah.
And that for her to not only lose Vision and then find out that they basically Frankensteined him and then find out that the thing that she thought she created that she could live in her happily ever after was all an illusion and that she couldn't be with her children or with the man that she loved because the world needed saving and it always needs saving. And where is her good happily ever after? I mean, come on. She lost her parents in a freaking war.
Yeah, but
and she lost her brother in another freaking war. And now she's lost Vision, not once, not twice, 3 freaking times so far. And she doesn't have her kids. She finds her kids. She can't be with them because she's gone all bizarre. And then they kill her off. How is that a good arc for a character that we were supposed to like from the second Avengers movie? And then they put all that time in there and all they did was beat the crap out of her. She deserves some actual happiness. And I don't think that they should do that, but that's exactly what they're going to do. We're going to get a Wanda variant. And that's going to make everything better. And that's going to be the mutants thing. And I'm just like really upset about it because I feel like you took one of the strongest characters in the whole freaking universe. And then you just said, okay, well, she's going to go crazy after this episode. Like this, she has this really amazing arc. And then she's just going to go crazy. And she's going to be that big bad. And then we're just going to basically drop a mountain on her.
Frey, I got an idea that you're gonna like better.
Okay.
So she did die under Wonder Gore, right? Because then they're not lying, right? You know, she did die under Wonder Gore, but right? Coven of Chaos.
You think they bring her back?
I think they bring her back. I think she did die, but in Coven of Chaos, they bring her back because she is the Scarlet Witch. And I think that they try to bring her back because they think using the Darkhold they can control the Scarlet Witch, and it backfires on them. And we get a full-blown Scarlet Witch again, and it's the same character. You still have the same memories. You still have the same story arcs with her and the same tragedy that creates that character, which makes her a much more compelling character, especially once you start getting into that redemption arc with Scarlet Witch, because she is kind of a teetering character. Right?
Yeah.
You know?
Not to mention the fact that House of M is the culmination of all the catastrophic shit in her life.
Right.
And because the MCU changes so many things and alters so many things to people's original storyline, House of M could undoubtedly be the culmination of not just what they've done to her thus far, but what they are going to do to her in this in this new mutant saga. So we've got not just this. Wanda is a story of complete and utter tragedy. I mean, there's a reason
No,
why
I
her powers
know.
are known as the Hex, and it ultimately not just destroys her, it destroys everything around her, which is why the big terrible thing in the mutant universe are those 3 words: no more mutants.
Right.
She has no control over it.
Right.
It's Wanda Maximoff is the ultimate example of absolute power corrupts absolutely. She's absolutely corrupted. She's not supposed to have those powers. She's a mutant. She's a freaking mutant amplified by her witchcraft. She's somebody who just was, as Stan Lee says, just born that way with additional abilities on top of it,
which is Doctor Doom all the way too. So, but I mean, like, but I mean, no, I 100% now that, like, especially after hearing Frey talk about like, kind of what upsets her about like them trying to bring her in that way, I think that it's a swerve. I think what they're doing is they're making you believe that Wanda is gone. Oh, the Jackson.
All I saw was Thor's waving. I'm like, does he really want to say something right now?
No, I saw
I was
Jack.
like,
I'm like,
I didn't see it.
I was like, he's not muted.
I was like, who's he waving at? And then I realized Jackie was behind me looking at me.
That's funny.
But no, so but no, yeah, so I 100% believe that it's a swerve so that they can make you believe and make people get pissed that Wanda is officially dead, just so they can bring her back, because that's the whole point of the Darkhold. That's the whole point of having and I think that that's also going to be a reason that you do bring back, or you finally bring in Mephisto, because then you're making a deal with the devil, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
No, and I could see that. I do want to see more of her variants, and I do want the whole House of M story to happen. It is one of my favorite mutant stories, but and they couldn't use some of it because they didn't have mutants until now, but they could use her Avengers stuff, which I thought was cool that they went ahead and used her Avengers stuff. I just feel like they showed all of, like, the last thing we saw before she went, dark Wanda, was her losing her children and the man she loved.
Right.
And I was just like, I just don't. And I feel like she is a battered woman. That's what I feel like. I feel like she is a battered woman. And I feel like she deserves so much more than that. And in the comics, I mean, everybody messes with her head. They make her so, like, her head gets messed with more than freaking Jean Grey. And Jean Grey gets her head messed with a lot. So I get it. I've always had a soft spot for Scarlet Witch. And
it makes you feel more compassion for her too.
Yeah. Like, I just feel like they got the peak performance of both of them, and then they just went, okay, we're done. And I just feel like they're afterthoughts now, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's a swerve because Marvel is known for doing that.
Yeah,
I think they're trying to manufacture outrage just so they can bring her back, and people will be like, "Oh my god, that was such a good story."
Yeah.
Again,
I won't. I'll still slap Kevin Feige. I'll slap him and then I'll kiss him.
We are
slap him again.
We are getting very spicy tonight. So we
Sorry.
definitely. Oh no, it's fine.
That's
All
me.
of us have had our spicy moments. We're just waiting on James to have a spicy moment now.
Speaking of, let's go to Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
James is too sweet to be spicy.
Marvel Studios has hired a showrunner and new directors for its Daredevil Born Again series. This comes a couple
look
weeks.
at Charlie Cox, and he's all in
after-
chains.
oh,
This is
okay,
awesome.
Doesn't matter what I'm saying right now.
No,
Just
it
there.
doesn't. Keep
I care about what
talking.
you're saying, James.
Keep
Continue, Jim.
talking.
Dario Scardapani, who worked on Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan as well as Netflix's Marvel show The Punisher, has been hired as the showrunner. I like that. It's
I
pretty
do too.
good. It was also announced that Loki directors Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead have been brought on board to direct the remaining episodes of Daredevil Born Again. As of right now, about half of the episodes of the first season have been completed. So that's like 9 episodes.
Yeah,
Which,
I guess,
again, is
yeah.
a super long series. This is like 3 series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if. Well, no, I think they are going to do it.
I wonder.
I think it's great.
I wonder if they're going to repurpose a lot of the footage that they have in those first 9 episodes, mainly because, like they said, it's like the 4th episode he finally has the costume on, and they didn't like that, so then that's why they're redoing the show. I wonder if they're just taking like, okay, we have this. How do we repurpose this into a new story and make all this work at the same time? Putting in all of the action and all of the things that we want and having a compelling story together, because it looks like they're rewriting the entire thing. So it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of navigate around this.
I'm really happy about this. I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I loved Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan.
Yes, so good.
Loved it. And so knowing that the showrunner for that is also going to be the showrunner for this.
He was also,
and he did Punisher. Yeah. And Punisher started in Daredevil. So I think the aesthetic for both of those shows is right on the money for Daredevil. Sorry, I keep looking at Charlie Cox because he's distracting me.
Well,
Stop it, Charlie.
They already said Punisher
Stop
showed up in the series. Like they had it written, and they, like he's gonna be here. So I mean, it's another way for him to revisit this character again. And I love the idea of, I want them to do justice to Daredevil and introduce characters that we enjoy as well as new characters and do it in a way that makes sense.
Yeah. I miss the MCU that used the tropes of different genres of movies.
Yes. 100%.
I miss that. And you can do that with TV as well. And I think they tried that with She-Hulk with the whole sitcom. And I think it worked really well. I just don't think anybody was ready for it. But I think, or not anybody, I think a lot of people are ready for it because it's an amazing show and I love it. But I just think that some people weren't ready for it. And I miss that. So I'd like to see that. They kind of did it with WandaVision. They did all the TV tropes in WandaVision. Right. And Loki's got his Doctor Who-esque like genre, that sci-fi, weird sci-fi, don't really know, Twilight Zone-y type thing. And I think that's good. So I'd like to see Daredevil be an action drama with a dash of courtroom.
Yeah.
And I think that they could do that with this because Jack Ryan wasn't just about those big scenes and big explosions. It was also, but it was also, it was like they had to go to the CIA and convince these people that they had to do stuff. So they even had like that could be their courtroom scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think they got the right guys behind, or the right people behind it. And I can't wait to see what they do with it. So let's move on.
I think you're going to get that answer with this next story. So Marvel Studios recently announced a new label called Marvel Spotlight.
I hate it.
Which its Echo series will be released under. So what it is it's a new banner and subcategory for upcoming MCU projects released by Marvel Studios. Those projects will not necessarily tie into and reference the bigger plot threads of the MCU. Kind of interesting. So more standalone-ish things like Echo.
This happened because
Daredevil.
James Gunn decided to make the Batman in an Elseworld. That is exactly why this happened. That is why Marvel did this. I'm sorry I interrupted you. I had to say it out loud. Please continue.
People watching the show under this banner don't really need to have seen any other of the prior MCU projects to understand what is going on. So they also won't really connect to any of the future upcoming projects.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this is little like isolated stories. So to speak.
One of the beautiful things about Marvel right now is the fact that all stories do connect in some way.
Yeah.
So this kind of sucks.
But it's not saying that it won't connect, but it's saying it won't factor into something bigger.
Right. It's not going to change the greater story or move the story along. Like Echo is probably going to be more about
Echo.
like her come up and how her relationship with Wilson Fisk.
So she might show up at some point. I really want to see her show up because I really think that it would be amazing to see her and Daredevil team up for something. I just think that would be awesome. But but yeah, I mean, I really, to be honest with you, I don't have a problem with it. I figured they were doing it anyway with that Werewolf by Night and things because they haven't really introduced or haven't mentioned it in anything else. I wonder if they move the Eternals into Marvel Spotlight, even though it does have something to do with it. We haven't really heard anything about it, and that would just give us a reason why nobody has mentioned that stupid thing in the fucking
why
ocean.
there's a celestial in the ocean?
The giant god baby coming out of the water.
Yeah, it's like, wow, did Banksy do this? Is this a Banksy? It seems a little like overblown for Banksy, but I can see it. Yeah, absolutely.
Can we make David Blaine and David Copperfield make it disappear? How do we do this?
Yeah.
All right. So going back to the name, the Marvel Spotlight label was inspired by two anthology comic book runs of the same name that were published by Marvel Comics between November 71 and April of 77 and July 79 and March 81. Those comics focused on characters like Ghost Rider, Jessica Drew's Spider-Woman, and Werewolf by Night. Like what you were saying. Yeah, I think they labeled it a special, right? Werewolf by Night. They were calling it Marvel Special. So yeah, you're right. Probably going to be a new Marvel Spotlight.
Yeah.
Brad Winderbaum, the Marvel Studios head of streaming, went on to explain that the Marvel Spotlight is a platform for Marvel to play with character-driven, grounded storylines. He also said that Echo and other shows that will focus on street-level stakes instead of events affecting the larger MCU continuity.
Oh God, they're basically rebuilding the
Netflix
Marvel Nights.
Yeah, the Marvel Netflix. It's just like series.
Beautiful. Hey, does anybody care if I take the next one?
No, go ahead. But I was gonna say that I think I can see it as a good idea. I'm all about Elseworlds. You guys know this. I assume that if it's not in its original format, it's an Elseworlds, which is how I get through so many things with a positive attitude. But yeah, I don't see this as a bad thing. I think it's a slap in the face to Echo that they did this right before Echo came out because they haven't been really promoting Echo at all. And I really feel like she could be an amazing boon to diversity in the MCU.
Agreed.
So.
Yeah, that is.
But then again, I also live in Native American, like in that I live in Oklahoma. So
right.
3/4 of our state is tribal property. So.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Forza, what you got?
So, ending on some good news, last year, Disney Studios produced a 10-part series titled Nautilus, which was inspired by Jules Verne's classic novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. After the entire first season of the series was shot, Disney Plus canceled it. Nautilus has found a new home at AMC, where it will air at some point in 2024.
So happy about this.
Yep. Yeah, and as a result, we have a 20,000 synopsis Nautilopsis Finding Captain Nemo synopsis Nautilusopsis.
James, just know I hate you.
Forrest nailed it.
20,000 synopsis Nautilopsis Finding Captain Nemo synopsis Nautilusopsis. Synopsis.
I'm still looking at Charlie Cox, so you guys keep going.
The series was set to give the famed 19th century novel a new spin, telling the origin story of Captain Nemo and his legendary submarine, the Nautilus. An Indian prince robbed of his birthright and family, a prisoner of the East India Company, and a man bent on revenge against the forces that have taken everything from him. Nemo set sail with his ragtag crew on board the awe-inspiring vessel, battling foes and discovering magical underwater worlds.
Very nice.
I have so many song prompts that I could sing right now, and I'm not going to do any of them.
Just do one.
A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
Perfect. I'm happy this has found a home. I'm bummed that it's AMC because AMC is so stingy with their content. Like,
Hey, they brought you The Walking Dead, damn
I
it.
was gonna say, unless it's The Walking Dead, then there's like 1,000 different shows that.
that's the thing. The new Walking Dead series, Daryl Dixon, only 6 episodes. It's already pulled from like regular TV. You can't even DVR it because I still have cable. You can't even DVR it. You have to use AMC Plus. Those sons of bitches.
Well, but you can get AMC Plus on Max.
Can you though? Is it free?
I don't know. I have it.
It's part of Max.
Yeah, it's part of
Sweet.
Max now.
All right,
That's
then.
where I watched Discovery of Witches.
Did you watch Daryl Dixon, Walking Dead? Daryl Dixon?
No, I haven't watched any of The Walking Dead. I
Come
don't look.
on.
I read the first 12 issues of that comic and did not like it. I gave it a full year's run to enjoy it, and I did not like it. I have nothing against Robert Kirkman, and
Curtsy.
Kirkman, and I love his stuff. I think he's a great writer. I just did not like click with the zombie thing. You know what? Last of Us is really the first zombie-like show that I've really ever been that interested in. So that's saying something about it because I do not like zombies. It's the vampire slayer in me. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't with that. But I really want to see this. I want the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen to come back. I really loved that comic.
For reference, Walking Dead is not on Max at all.
No, Walking Dead isn't, but I know AMC Plus is. So that's why I thought maybe it would be on there, but I have no idea if it is or not.
Say,
I haven't
Walking
checked.
Dead, I think, is on Netflix, isn't it?
Oh, it might be.
I think previous. But I'm talking about that new Daryl Dixon hitter. You know what I'm saying? It is
got some of that Daryl Dixon.
You got to go to the AMC Plus.
There's only Rick Grimes.
The one where he somehow washes up in Europe. Yeah, sure.
On a French beach with all these zombies that are topless because he's gone to a topless beach and they're all zombified topless beach people.
Oh God, zombie titties are not.
Now I want to watch the show even more. Are you kidding me?
Not the business at all.
Now I got it.
Zomboobs.
Zomboobs.
Now I'm gonna buy AMC Plus.
No, listen. Terror tits.
Oh God.
And
We've
on that
been on
note,
this show too long.
Oh,
It's
my-
1 a.m. here.
we got merch.
Are we gonna skip the breakdown?
It's 1 a.m. here.
No, I mean I can do it. Poor Force.
I know. It's a long episode. And this is being broken up 100%.
I still wanted to talk to you and James after the show.
This is what happens when we take a week off because you know trick or treating and all that. We had no trick or treaters.
We
Neither
did.
did
We had a lot.
We didn't. I think they're scared of our house.
I know mine are scared of me.
Well, let's
lightsabers in my front lawn,
Well, guys,
I think that they are scared because they think I'm a witch or something. I don't know.
I mean, you are a witch, so I mean that's.
If we don't do the breakdown,
Witch, you're a witch.
Next week we can do the last 3 episodes of Loki.
Then we better skip the rumors and trailers. That
You know what I mean?
It's got to be it's got to be oops all Lokis.
Oops, all Lokis.
Oops, all Loki.
For
So is that what
Yeah,
we're gonna do? Do we wanna hold off on Loki and we're just basically do a second half of the season breakdown?
Yeah.
We can do that. Do you guys
Next
want to
up-
do any kind of like prediction-y wise
Ooh,
for
good one.
next?
Yeah.
I
Next episode will be called Low K I. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm
Night.
still waiting for this.
Oh, that's right. You have
thing.
the great Karnak envelope.
I know. And he turned to me the other day and he goes, "You want me to tell you what's in the envelope?" And I was like, "Do you want to tell me what's in the envelope?" And he goes, "No." I was like, "Don't try to do that to me."
He's gonna go like, he's gonna hold it up to his forehead and he's gonna go, Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops. Aha, Fruit
No.
Loops.
The episode is gonna play, right? And then he's gonna go, oh wait, wrong envelope.
No. I know exactly what he's gonna do. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna go envelope up. Guess what? We have merch, people.
We got merch, people. We got a hat. That hat right there. For 35
I'm
bucks.
wearing the shirt.
Oh, look at you go.
I'm rocking the OG.
The OG. Oh, look at you. You have a shirt. What? I don't understand what's happening here. You have a distance learning shirt on? That's
I do,
amazing.
yeah.
So we have hats.
I had to
35
steal it
bucks?
from my child's room, but
There you go. So you fit in a kid's shirts. Perfect. We also got shirts. All you got to do is DM us at Distance Nerding on Instagram. Let us know what size you're looking for. We can ship it to you for 25 bucks. Or if you're local in Sacramento, we'll sell it to you. We'll slang it to you for 20 bucks. Come on. And if you even want more merch, go to lucharillas.com. Oh, that's my job. Put it the link. I'm going to do a link. Copy the link. lucharillas.com. And by the way, shout out to Eric and Lucharillas. They helped us out. We had an amazing interview earlier this week or yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. So shout out to Lucharillas that we have the Distance Nerdarilla. So it's super cool. Go get some of their merch, bump boxes, t-shirts, memory cards. It's great. They're awesome. Super awesome.
what's a bump box?
It's a pager that is a Bluetooth speaker.
It's a pager that's a blue. Huh?
So a pager,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But they gutted it and they put a speaker in it and a Bluetooth technology. So you can hook up to your phone. And you got a little
That's so
speaker.
cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know those existed. I didn't know people like took old pagers and did stuff with them. That is very clever. And I think everybody should buy one right now.
The best thing is when you
Lucharillas.
turn it on,
Mm-hmm.
it makes the old school pager sound.
No way. That's so awesome. I think I still have an old pager and the magic desk.
Oh god.
Along with your Infinity Stones. Just sitting there.
I
Perfect.
actually found my iPhone 4 the other day.
Wow.
And it like the screen has no scratches on it. It is in like perfect condition. The husband was like, "Did you actually use this phone?" I was like, "Yeah, I used it. I used it a lot." So
Tyler has a official Distance Nerding bump box.
Yeah, the distance learning bump box.
I thought
Well,
maybe
have
it
him
was
run
like
it over.
where you
Run
put
it over, Tater.
your cocaine.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could definitely do that too. I mean, you be you.
Well, that's what they call a bump of cocaine. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, guys, let's talk schedule here. The schedule that we do on Mondays, game streams from 8 to 12. The schedule, the games that I've been playing lately. So this past Monday, I played a little bit of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 storyline, and actually everybody had a good time. We had a whole bunch of fun on that because the storyline's actually really good when you're watching it. And then, of course, the second half, or the first half, actually, we played Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. So we were going through that storyline there. And then, of course, on Tuesdays, the show you're watching right now from 6 to 8. Of course, we're going 6:30 to 8:30. Of course, we went a little long because we had a lot of content to cover today. But typically 6:30 to 8:30, we do the download. Then of course on Thursdays we do the build from 6 to 8. Come and watch me build Lego while we talk to interesting people and have a whole bunch of fun with brackets and top 10s and things like that. We didn't
Last night's episode was really fun.
Right. We did an extra build this week because we had a guest that couldn't do a Thursday, and we made an accommodation. But our boy, the Macho Verse, he's a Macho Man Randy Savage cosplayer. He was on last night.
So
had a
good.
fun. He go back and watch that episode on YouTube, and it's currently on Twitch for the next week. And then, of course, this coming Thursday, our boy Travis Knott is coming on.
Shout out to Travis. I love Travis.
Travis is a comic book store and memorabilia store owner in Oregon that has helped us out a lot and hung out with us. He's an awesome guy. So we're going to be talking with Travis on Thursday.
By the way, Tyler's outside. He wants in. But Travis is amazing. We met him. Was that at Gem State? No, that was in Oregon, right?
Yeah, we actually met him at
the hotel.
At the hotel
in I think it was Oregon. But anyway, super nice. His dad's nice. All the friends that they come with are amazing. Shout out to Travis. He got Phil these amazing TMNT Ronin books, and he didn't even he didn't even
I saw those.
Try. He was just like, here you go. Here it is, young Phil. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm looking for some books too. He's like, yeah, I'm still working on those. So it's been like a year and I haven't gotten any books. I'm just saying it's not as.
Yeah.
Maybe yours are more or less accessible. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, look at that.
That is the Distance Nerdarilla bump box. That is our Distance Nerding branded.
Where's Tyler? Shout out to Tyler. Get it.
He's saying Tyler.
On screen, Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.
There you go. Hey. Tyler's got a nice shirt on.
He's rocking a Distance Nerding shirt. Hell yeah.
Sweet Crocs, bro.
Sweet Crocs, bro. Distance Nerding Croc Jewels.
Oh,
yeah.
crap.
The little giblets or whatever they're called.
Distance Nerding Croc Jewels. God. Somebody actually just got me my sister got me a Deadpool one.
Yeah, they're so cute. Oh my god, I think I just know. So husband brought like this Luigi thing home, and I was like, maybe it's like a not an earring, but you know when you like the
Baster?
What do they call it? Gauge, the gauges.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe that's an ear gauge. Now I think it was a Crocs like jewel for that. Yeah, now I think that. Oh wow.
He's got a Crocs giblet in his ear.
No, he didn't have it in his ear. He was like, "What do you think?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he was like, "Where'd you find this?" He found it like he was playing disc golf. So
gotcha.
So we don't need that. We don't need all that. We don't need all that.
As far as build goes, guys, we will be finishing up on the Hogwarts Castle this Thursday. Come next week, we'll start the Disney Villains bookend kit that I've got.
I love the Hogwarts. You've put so much time into it, and it's looking amazing.
3 months at this point.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but it looks really good.
It's really, really good. So with that being said, guys, we got pluggables, right? Like, let's get some pluggables here. Forrest, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you outside of the Distance Nerding sphere.
Hi, I'm Fours. Buy sound fonts. Go to Saberfont. Put it on your freaking your lightsaber. Join me on Beard of the Chair with Graveyard the Husbeard on Fridays. Find me here Tuesdays on Distance Nerding. May the fours be with you. Good night.
Very pretty. Frey, tell everybody where to find you outside of Distance Nerding.
In my house. No, I'm sorry. Well, I do. I do have my own channel called Frey Girl, where right now we're doing Dungeons and Dragons content. And I think it's been pretty fun. We do one called Classified, where we take your favorite fandoms, we take characters from that, and then we put them in their Dungeons and Dragons classes. So we have a Doctor Who one out right now for David Tennant's 10th Doctor, since he's coming back on the show as transition doctor. And yeah, so we decided to do that. It was fun. We had a lot of fun. We're trying out a new concept for it, so hopefully you guys like that. we also have Journals of the Classes, which is our supplemental series that goes in depth through each class and all of their subclasses, because Shadu is a subclass like aficionado. And yeah, so we do that. I do shorts of the core of our corgis, so which you guys would have seen, Gal, had you been here earlier. And yeah, I do Discord. I'm on the Kyber Cave Discord. I do a show for them on Saturdays with Fours and Graveyard and Mezzo and Captain Lady Moon and whoever else wants to join. And we talk about nerdy stuff on that Saturday morning Nerd Out, and I do the Loki game on that one. And yeah, that's me.
Awesome.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
It sounds like a lot, but I don't feel like it's that much.
it's okay. Frey Superwoman, we know that already.
I know. I was gonna say, I think I'm lazy all of a sudden.
Yeah,
I think you sound lazy.
Just showing up 20 like showing up like 2 hours late to your own show.
You know, daylight saving doesn't make any sense.
So, oh yeah, daylight savings. Our dogs are against it, by the way. And no, I have a couple other shows that are going to come out next year. One on distance nerding, and then one on mine. The one on distance nerding is going to be called Origin Stories, and it doesn't have to be just me. I came up with a concept. I'm going to do a lot of them, but I want everyone else involved. So all the hosts from Kyber Cave, all the hosts from Distance Nerding. I want you guys, like, you know, if there is a really cool origin story you want to tell of a character, or a really interesting, funny, like, thing that happened to a character that you love, I think those would be great, because that's, to me, it's the stories that make the character, and I just want to talk about stories. So there we go.
Love it.
Her story is going to be on my channel, and it's Her Story by Frey Girl, and it's going to be all the female characters and authors and people who inspire me. It's going to be their stories.
That's awesome. I love that. Glad you thought of it.
I know, right? Fun stuff.
Oh, my pluggables? It's at Distance Nerding. Thanks for asking.
All right.
Hey, but if you want to do a taco party, where do we have a taco party?
I'm waiting on James to give me the setup.
Oh, have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerdy out on, and make sure to let us know in the Facebook group, the Distance Nerdington Post. Then join the taco party.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? You want to support us? If you want to support us the best way you can, all you got to do is head over to distancenerding.com and tap on that button on the top. It says buy us a taco. You can buy us a taco, join the taco party. Be one of the cool people that's out there. Like just buy us tacos.
Like Julie.
Support, like Julie. That helps support us. Now, also, if you want to support Distance Nerding right now, one of the best ways to support us, we're trying to push it right now. Subscribe on Twitch, because you can now subscribe on Twitch. If you subscribe on Twitch, guys, right now I'm trying to push for our first 10 subscribers. First 10 subscribers, essentially, and I've announced this online, but like the first 10 subscribers, if you're a part of that first 10 subscriber group, I'm going to send you a small gift. Along with that first 10 subscribers, you don't count, because I had to pay for yours, James.
Oh.
I'm already subbed.
If you're a part of that first 10 subscriber list, then I'm also you're being entered into a chance to win the Batman Bat Cycle Lego kit.
Ooh.
Okay, so if you want a chance to win that Lego kit, all you got to do is subscribe at Distance Nerding on Twitch. Now, also, again, if you want to kind of capitalize on all that, you get exclusive emojis, you get exclusive things. Of course, it's ad free when you watch on Twitch, so it's definitely worth it when you hang out with us on Twitch and you subscribe. Again, more chances to win prizes. just because the more people and the idea is the more subscribers we get, the better the prizes I'm going to start getting. So there we go.
And you can make AI The Rock argue with AI Deadpool.
Oh, that was so good. That's the reason why our AI went over the limit is because me and Fours were arguing Ryan Reynolds versus The Rock using AI.
It was so witty. It was so witty.
Y'all silly. That sounds amazing. What if I just want to subscribe?
If you want to subscribe, again, just head over to @DistanceNerding on Twitch. You'll see a big button right there. There's a follow and subscribe. So both follow and subscribe. Once you subscribe to Distance Nerding, then again you're entered in. You get a chance to win that the Batman Batcycle kit. And again, if you're part of that group of the first 10 subscribers, you're entered in automatically. I'm going to send you a gift. So,
is it a vial of your blood?
No, it's also Legos, but it's
yeah.
Because
I was going to say, you know how like Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie had the like vial of blood that they gave each other and they wore it around their necks. Yeah.
That's right.
Although maybe if we're tricky enough, we could get Graveyard to submit a lock of beard and in a vial of his bathwater. You never know.
No, yuck. Why?
What is happening?
This went weird and I started it. I apologize.
That's okay. You know what? And for those of you all who are not on Twitch, you could connect us in other ways like, I don't know, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Afterlife, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans at Distance Nerding.
It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals and the beard.
He was in the chat yesterday.
At
yes, he was.
Distance Nerding.
That's right. And guys, if you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, or just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or just wish the internet would completely consume us, send us an email at your favorite place.
What a phenomenal show tonight.
I'm glad I got here on time.
I feel like
I've missed you.
I feel like I've expended like too many spoons, and now I have a headache. So I'm glad we didn't do the Loki thing because I don't know if I had enough energy for that.
I, for one,
at AOL.com, and we will read your email on the air. What were you going to say? You, for one, what?
I, for one, loved your Wanda rage.
She has been put through the ringer. She really has, and I feel a lot of sympathy for her. I just can't help it. And
I was going to ask, does she have any kind of redemption story in the comics at all?
Yeah, she eliminates all the mutants.
Because she's done everything. She has like messed a lot of people's lives up. They've had to forgive her a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot.
All right, guys. Well, this is it from us. James, what's your line?
Thanks, and I love you 5,000.
All right.
He used it.
Keep nerding together.
All right, before we hit the dance party one more time. That is it from us, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the dance party. Let's have a good time.
Woo!
Palpatine's boots.
Distance nerding.
Shout out to the DeLongs.
Damn it!
Phoebe, baby. Who let you in here, Phoebe, baby? The power of Palpatine boots compels you. Hello, young Phil. Hello.
We'll see everybody on Thursday.